Twitch's biggest con artist was exposed, and I'm here for the forensic analysis. Look, the crime has already been committed. It's already been confessed to, so we're not here for any of that. Instead, we're here to figure out how and why. I'm talking, of course, about Slicker. He's a famous live streamer who used his connections with fans and other live streamers to beg and borrow over $300,000 and never returned it. And so I was up all night talking to the victims of all of this, and their stories are wild. And I should start by saying, I don't mean Slicker is the biggest con artist in terms of money. Like, he didn't rob Fort Knox, he didn't steal a famous painting. I mean, he's the biggest in terms of the sheer number of victims who have come forward. I mean, this guy was working hard. Basically, if you had a Twitch account, this guy came to you for money. But there are several extra details you need to know as well. As I said, Slicker already confessed. I'm not prosecuting anything here. I'm not alleging anything here. He admitted to everything last night on a live stream after being exposed by several fans and streamers.
I'm not asking for forgiveness, but every single day I felt guilty. Every single day. I don't know what to say to the people I borrowed from. Every single day I was guilty. Guilty in asking.
Honestly, I kind of respect that he doesn't try to dispute the facts here. He just kind of owns up to him and said, yeah, I did it. Yeah, it was bad. But then after that, I kind of get a problem with what he says when we talk about why he did it. Because Slicker says that he did all this because of a gambling addiction he suffers from.
I started to gamble with money, and this was even when I started having my first job. I used to gamble a lot of my money, basically all my Twitch money. And then even them times I wouldn't even have them. I'd come across streamers and ask them if I could borrow money. I don't know what to say, but this is the epitome of gambling. I want to say that don't touch it, man.
Now look, I do honestly believe Slicker has a gambling addiction. I just don't think it explains away everything in the way that he thinks it does. For example, a gambling addiction explains how Slicker lost his money, but it doesn't explain how he lost everyone else's money or got it in the first place. I mean, I feel like he's trying to explain everything with the story of like, I have a gambling problem. But when you dig into the story, you find that Slicker isn't just a gambling addict, he's also a professional con artist, which we're gonna see in a second. So while he does need help, he also needs to face consequences because he played an active role in all this. It's like meeting an alcoholic who you find out broke into your house and cracked your safe, and they get caught at the police station. You go up to them and you say, how did you open my safe? And they go, oh, sorry, I'm an alcoholic. You'd be like, yeah, but how'd you crack open my safe? And then imagine they go, oh, well, I just can't stop drinking. You'd be like, okay, I don't think Jack Daniels taught you these skills, right? So my point is, yes, Slicker clearly has an addiction, but he also appears to be a professional con man. And we're going to talk about that right now because I interviewed multiple victims and created a master list of the people who Slicker scammed because I needed to get like a bird's eye view of this thing. There are over 55 people on this list owed money right now, and the total scammed is over $384,000. And what did I learn from these 55 people? Well, there were a lot of different ways Slicker liked to approach people, but he really liked this bank scam method.
My bank account got locked, temporarily locked. Don't have access to my money, sadly, because did UK banks, but whatever. I was wondering if I asked if I could borrow money and I'd pay you back. Now, I'd even give you extra.
That's right, the old frozen bank trick. Basically, you'd go to people and say, hey, look, I can't access my funds. You have to give me money. I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back even more. And it's sort of incredible to watch because not only is all of this a lie, but he's just so good at acting ashamed. Like, if I saw this, I'd believe, oh man, he's petrified to ask me. But come to find out, he's been telling everyone the same sob story over and over again.
Hey, I just recently got into some thing with my bank. Basically, my bank account got locked. This has happened for like 3-4 days. Yo, Mo, I'm not hacked, my bro. I'm not.
So yeah, it turns out he wasn't ashamed at all. In fact, if you didn't believe him, he would even say other things like, on my mama, when they didn't believe him, or he would swear on his religion that he wasn't lying while lying.
Listen to me, Nepali. I swear I'm a Muslim. I swear on the Quran, I ain't lying. I won't scam you. Nepali, on my mom's life, on my mom's life, I'm not lying.
please, on my mum's life. I understand. I'm not lying. I am not lying. I'm confident I'm not lying. I promise to God, I'll have you month by month. You ask me, 15th of next month, here you go. 15th of month, here you go. On my mum's life. Do you think I'm joking, bro? On my mum's life, I'm not, bro. On my mum's life, I'm not.
I absolutely cannot stress enough just how many people he used these tactics on to try to convince them. And it's interesting how he refined it over time, right? This is my point about professional con man. He's like a stand-up comedian who tries his act in every city and hones it until he figures out exactly what to say to make the audience laugh, but he does it for scams. He knew the exact script to use. For example, this is the YouTuber Oompaville who gave him $1,000, but when he was asked for another 1,000, he refused. So he said, "I got you on my mama." He refused again. So Slicker sent him a document from Bluestone Credit Management in order to show how much he was in trouble or whatever. He's basically saying "Oh, I'm in trouble with taxes. You got to help me out, man." I mean, it's genius because I'm pretty sure this document is real. He says, "Bro, legit tax killed the F out of me," which might be true, but come to find out, this was a document that he sent to several people. He recycled it over time, which I found out talking to another victim who hadn't realized this yet and found it out in a pretty amusing way.
Every single time I sent money, it was for some reason that made sense. I sent him that much amount of money because he got me in a call, right? I just got home from my gym session. He gets me in a call and he's like, "Yo, Waddles, he's breaking down. He's almost on the verge of tears. He's breaking down and he's like, "Okay, bro, you're not gonna believe this. I didn't pay tax last year and I'm owed 15.5K." And listen, he had the proof though. So this is the thing that doesn't make sense though, because I don't know if he was lying to me. He sent me a document. He sent me the document. Nothing blurred out. Nothing. It's on his lap. I've seen his room. I've watched his stream so many times, so I can tell you this is 100% legit. He's got his hairy ass arms in the picture. It says his name, all the info, and the amount owed. And it says that I have the proof. I think it's 15.3K to be exact. Sorry, 15.3K.
You know, I've already seen this screenshot, but not from you, from someone else who got the same letter. I swear to you.
Oh, no way.
I swear to you. He was sending it to everybody.
Bro, this is news to me, bro. I did not know this.
What I think is so crazy is that Slicker's scheme worked in part because of how many people he was simultaneously lying to behind the scenes. And even though his tactics were the same, the exact story would sometimes change based on the person, so that it just took so long for people to figure out, which was explained to me by yet another victim who found out because her roommate was hearing a different story than her. And it made her curious. Why was he getting asked for less money and with a different story than her?
He'd asked me for 5K in the video crying, swearing on the Quran, on his parents, where he'd pay me back. But then he's asked Mini Titan, who doesn't have as much money, for £300. Tailored it specifically to Mini, knowing he has less liquid income than me. And for Minnie, it wasn't this story of how he's in debt with bad men. It was that he had an electric bill he needed to pay and he was going to get cut off. He made different stories for different people depending on how much he thinks he could get out of them.
It's crazy to hear Slicker's scam exposed so well by someone who never intended to expose him at all. She thought she was his friend. Her name is Lupelli, and she was going through chemo when she was scammed by this guy. He did this to you while you were going through chemo?
Well, I was going through chemo, man.
He knew that while asking you for money?
Yes. So this is why I had no idea that I was being scammed, because first off, I met this person multiple times in person. He knew I have severe autoimmune diseases. While going through chemo, he calls me up and sorry, I'm shaking thinking about it. I thought this guy was my friend, and he calls me up saying that he's going to get shanked. He owes people money, and they're outside. If he doesn't pay them, then, they're going to break his legs. And I'm thinking, I got to help this guy. I was going through chemo. I didn't think I'm getting scammed by, my friend. He's in a hard time, I'm in a hard time, but I can help him. So I help him. promises to pay me back, and he just doesn't.
Guys, if you don't get it by now, this guy will do and say anything for money, okay? No bar is too low if you're going after people in chemo, which is the reason why this community needs to be very careful in trusting Slicker ever again, because right now he's out there making the apology tour, saying how he plans to pay everyone back. But how can you trust him? It's a question that even he's aware of.
I have to find a way to pay them back. But the funny thing is, how can you trust me? How can you trust someone? How could you trust someone like me?
What I do find interesting about all of this is it's just that listening to him, you can kind of see why his victims gave him money. Like, he is compelling. He does sound so sincere. But for many of these victims, it's interesting that they've heard all this before. This isn't new.
Like, he kept saying, no, you don't get it. I'm not lying to you, Lupelli. I'm not lying to you. Now I know he was. This is what's upset me the most, that he knew he wasn't going to pay back if I gave him the 10K. He knew he was lying about having a loan from the bank which will, pay back what I give him. He was just giving me bull.
There it is. That's my question to anyone who thinks Slicker is suddenly going to pay everyone back. If that was true, why wouldn't he do that in the years that he was borrowing from these people, promising then to pay them back, but knowing he was lying? And yes, I should say he did pay a few people back, okay? But most of those people, I have to say, he then asked for more money. And some of them, he even fake paid back.
He's sending money back. I was like, hello. He would be like, yeah, I can send it. And then he sent me 1.7K on PayPal, but he sent it as a transaction. And then 3 days later, it was canceled. So I never actually got any of that money back.
Truthfully, the most surprising thing about this whole scandal is just how well this is reflected on the rest of the Twitch community, while also reflecting so bad on Slicker. And for this part, I just want you to hear from one of Slicker's victims again.
He also showed me DMs between him and Ludwig, him and Trainwrecks, him and such and such streamer of him DMing them and then asking for money and then them not sending money back. But the worst part of it, of all of that, is he's so shameless. He would talk them to me. He'd be like, bro, you don't understand, streamers don't they're so money hungry. They don't want to. So ironic now looking at it. But he was like, the streamers are so money hungry. They don't want to help anyone out. Blah 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 blah. And now after everything's come out, all these streamers sent him so much money. I cannot believe he said that. I cannot believe he came to my DMs and told me, yeah, all these streamers are just, all they care about is money.
They're the ones who paid him all the money.
I don't care. I don't understand. Yeah.
It would have been better if they were greedy. Honestly, the biggest lesson from this is that Slicker's terrible, but then a lot of streamers are actually good people. They really want to help people out. It's like the takeaway is not that streamers are really not generous. It's if anything, it's the opposite. It's they're too generous. Yeah. That's right. If anything, Twitch streamers just come off looking almost naively generous. And while I say that, I actually have good news, because after this call that you just heard, I got a great update that I want to share with you. Two of the biggest streamers, XQC and Ludwig, both just pledged to actually clean up Slicker's mess and refund all the people affected by this scam, which is amazing and proves my point once again. And while they're still working on it, I can confirm that Lupelli, the woman we just heard from earlier, has actually already gotten her money back. So absolute credit where credit is due, guys. That's an amazing thing. Another interesting development from this is that many people have used this as an opportunity to call for the banning of Twitch gambling streams, which I absolutely agree with, especially sponsored gambling streams. I mean, do I think Twitch will actually do something from mounting support and most people being against it? No, because they make too many views and money. But do I think they should do it? Absolutely. It's a plague on the platform for everyone who isn't the streamers who are sponsored and making millions of dollars, right? So yeah, that's basically where this story stands. Make sure to give some love to all the people who share their story, pump the stock, send some money to my frozen bank, and I'll see you in the next one.
You guys tell me, if I'm wrong here, but I don't think there's ever been a fundraiser that started asking for $100,000 and ended up asking for $4 million each time with some new little stretch goal, each one being a little bit more than the last one. I've just never seen anything like this. I made this GIF in the last video and I thought, I wonder if that's a bit of a cheap shot. But now I don't think it is. If you don't know, guys, London Real on April 21, like literally a few weeks ago, he just started his digital freedom platform and was only asking for $100,000. Now, that goal was quickly met and stretch goals were created because, we got to raise more money. We got to raise money through the end of the deadline here because we're only fundraising till the Rose Ike stream, which was their big event. And we'll just keep fundraising and we'll put it towards new goals and then we'll cut the fundraising off.
This is going to go on for another 10 days until Rose Ike and we're shutting off. We're going to be closing down this fundraising campaign very soon. So again, we're closing this thing out on May 3rd.
We're not going to keep taking all your money. We know this looks kind of bad, but we're just going to keep raising money to the end of the fundraiser. And they did that, and they raised $1 million. And we've covered that in another video. But now, guys, and I can't believe I didn't see this coming, London Real now wants another $3 million for the digital freedom platform. And no, I'm not kidding you. You couldn't make this up if you tried. But now London Real... After saying that he was cutting off the fundraising, well, we're cutting off the fundraising in previous videos, not even a few weeks old, now he's asking for $250,000 a month from the London Real Army in order to maintain the platform. Oh yes, even though the platform is just Daily Motion and Decast, no. Now we need another $250,000 a month. For the next 12 months in order to do this. Because you know what? $100,000 wasn't enough. Oh, no. $100,000 wasn't enough. In fact, it seems like pittance now. That won't even cover 1 month of the digital freedom platform. $1 million wasn't enough. Now, Brian Rose is asking for a total of $4 million from his followers, all to be raised. Now, do these followers get anything besides a t-shirt, a few things like this? Do they actually get any stake in this platform that they're literally, spending all their money on? No. I mean, guys, let me know what you think of this. We're going to keep this short. See you in the next one.
That was phase 1. Now we're doing phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and lastly, phase 5.
Feel so alive! Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
We're closing this thing out on May 3rd. This is going to go on for another 10 days until Rose Ike and we're shutting off. Well, why are you doing this and why are you doing this and this doesn't seem right? Guess what? I can't tell you everything. If I had told you everything, Sunday wouldn't have happened. So unfortunately, even sometimes I have to kind of head fake you a little bit.
We're here. Billy had a bit of a hiccup.
There was a big hiccup. You were supposed to come on our podcast and you switching shit up. That was the hiccup. It ain't that confusing.
That's not right.
Exactly right.
Let's go back to the beginning.
DMs. I have the screen on me. I have the conversation in the DMs. Literally, I said, "Come on the podcast. I'll give you a fair shake."
I said okay, this is ridiculous. We're gonna bore people. I said I'd rather live stream it. It turned into this big thing. Your assistant agreed.
And watch this. I told you you could live stream it, but live stream the podcast. But then here we are. We're doing some other shit, which is fine. But again, that's not what we agreed to, and it is what it is.
That's not true. I sent your assistant a link.
She said fine. Bro. Like, it's not true. This is not an argument.
We're gonna bore the audience with this, but I think you're on a power trip. I'm
gonna
go on your show after this. I'm happy to do whatever. I'm happy to do whatever you want after this. That's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's it.
So
coming into it,
let's talk about the beginning of this whole conversation, which was you calling me out, right?
At the beginning of this conversation. Was the beginning of this conversation me calling you out or you posting videos about me? I didn't even know you existed. You posting videos about me and then me responding to your nonsense. Which one was it? Just so we could get the shit straight.
What did I say about you? Did you watch the video?
You had two videos, my team tells me.
Yep.
I saw a little bit of one, which is fine, whatever. But like you were the one that posted about us and then I responded. But again, second time, you're lying about the setup. Now you're lying about how the communication came up.
Absolutely not. No. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. Listen. Hang on.
To what you created.
Did I say anybody know this fuck boy? He made an entire YouTube channel dedicated to tear down other people.
I said,
did I tear you down?
Does anybody know this fuckboy? Hold on, want me to read it for you? Does anybody know this fuckboy? In response to the videos you made about me, I did not know you existed. Right, you made
you're saying I'm trying to hurt people. You didn't even watch my video.
Pause. Hold up.
I didn't even say anything negative about you, bud.
Is this true? Is this true or not? Did you make videos about me?
I talked
Before
about your,
I
I
said
talked
anything
I
about
talked
you.
about your channel as a pattern of people retiring, right?
Yeah, that okay, I understand. But did you talk about me 2 different times before I posted that? Because you're trying to take things out of context and form them a different way.
Absolutely
Did that happen,
not.
yes or no?
What I'm
Look
trying
at
to
the
say,
dates. Well, look at the dates. You posted the shit. This is the 3rd live. We just started,
Billy,
bro.
Billy,
We
Billy,
started.
Billy,
Come on,
Billy,
man.
Billy.
That's
We got
this is
to
too
come to a
easy. This
reset
is too
here. We
easy.
got to come to a reset. We got to
do.
come to a reset here. I'm trying to bring people up to speed. Okay, let me give the full context. Let me give everything, right?
But if you give the,
Let me give full context. Billy,
I'm gonna cut you off until
Billy,
you tell the truth.
Billy,
You're not
let's
gonna go and run some bullshit and call the truth.
let's give full context. Can I do that?
Thank you. Appreciate
Okay,
that.
let's
Give the full context,
Okay.
or I'm gonna interject.
Right. Okay. So, do you know what my show is? I guess you don't. Do you? Do you know what my show
Can you
is?
give context?
No, I'm just asking you generally, just before I start. Do you know what my show is?
I'm ready for you to give context.
Yeah. So I talk about sort of this business space, whatever, all this stuff, right? So I was talking about, some of these guys who are, doing like little fake retirement things. I kind of jabbed about you a little bit, but seriously, it was kind of light stuff. I mean, it's nothing serious.
It was. I agree. Now watch this. I agree with you. It was light.
So, good. I'm glad we agree. So, the second thing I think I said was I made a video called Cringe Marketing That's Fire, where I was talking about multiple marketing pieces, but then I talked about yours. I was like, actually, it's pretty interesting, right? Okay. Then we see this post.
So now let's just
So
hold
then
up.
we see
So
this post.
now we are 2 times you're talking about me at this point before this post. So what I said stands true. Again, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not even here to
Sure.
embarrass you, all that stuff. I'm here to keep it honest.
It's
but
fine.
that's how the conversation came
We're
up.
fine. We're fine.
Yes.
Anybody know this fuckboy? He made an entire YouTube channel dedicated to tear down
Read it
people.
with the passion that when I wrote it. That wasn't the passion of when I wrote it.
Oh.
When I wrote this shit, it was funny. You making this seem lame. This shit was funny. Would you like me to read it for you?
Sure.
All right, scroll up so I can see it, so we can really get the emphasis and the energy of how I wrote it. I feel like you fucking my poetry up. Okay. It says, "Does anybody know this fuck boy?" Okay, you can continue. Go ahead.
Made an entire YouTube channel dedicated to tearing down other people. Says a bunch of shit I'd never say to other people's faces. So with that, I'd like to say, because you said that I would never say this to your face, I would like to say what I said about you to your face.
You realize you are behind a computer screen. Only an internet troll would literally think you're saying this to my face. Only an internet troll would do
I
that.
can find it, tell it to you in person.
I can guarantee you anything that
You
you
don't
would
think
say
I'd tell
about
you,
me.
Billy?
You
Billy.
would never
Oh, I'd love to tell you this.
in
Dude.
your
I'd love for
life.
you to be in this room
Friend
right
of
now, so I can tell you to
California,
your
I will-
face
hey,
that
I
your
will
marketing is
fly
cringe.
you. I will fly you to my fucking office in San Diego.
So I can say your
and
marketing is
friends and
cringe?
Family,
So your
for you to say that to
so
my
your
face.
marketing
I'll
is
fly
cringe.
you. I'll fly you. I'll have my driver pick you up in my Sprinter.
Great.
And pick you up.
Set
and
it up,
bring your
set
ass
it up,
over here
and then
while
I
you
can
some
say,
wild
hey,
ass
Billy,
shit like
hey,
that.
Billy, your marketing, your retirement, it's cringe.
Bro, your existence is fucking cringe. How do you, actually, I got a question for you.
Hey,
how do you get paid?
real quick,
How do you
real
get
quick.
paid? How do you get paid? How do you get paid from YouTube? How do you get paid?
What are you talking about? Like the
How do you
business?
get
The
paid?
business of YouTube?
Money. Do you get paid from YouTube for your
AdSense,
videos?
bud. AdSense.
So, do you get paid from YouTube for your videos?
Yeah. That's how AdSense
Yes,
works.
you do. Exactly. So you fucking make videos talking shit about other people so you can make more money. Who the fuck is the scam?
What are you talking about?
What
What
kind
are you
of
talking
crime
about?
brings no
I'm exposing
value
you
to
codmen
literal
on the
trolls?
internet, and you're freaking
Yes.
out about it.
So tell me.
You
So
guys
tell
are
me how I'm a
you
con
guys
man.
are a little
Tell me how I'm
insecure.
a con man. Tell me how I'm a con man. 130,000 students, 75 countries, in
Buddy,
fucking 5,000
buddy,
last 3
buddy,
years.
buddy, buddy, buddy,
First
buddy,
in the
buddy.
year-
Show me in-
Shut up.
show me in my-
First in the
show me in my
year,
video-
the motherfucking year. Who the
Jesus
fuck
Christ,
are you?
Billy, calm
You're
down.
on my- you're
Jesus
on my
Christ,
dick
Billy,
making
calm
videos
down
about
for a
me.
second
You're
and
on
watch
my
a video.
dick
You haven't watched a
making
single one of my
videos
videos.
about me.
You haven't watched a single one of my videos.
You understand that? You get paid off of
You
talking
guys
about
are
me, bro.
robbing desperate
This shit is
kids.
gonna get
You're
views
robbing
because I'm
desperate
gracing
kids
you with my
out of
motherfucking
millions of
presence.
dollars, and you're
Give me
flexing
an
on the
example.
internet about it.
Give me
You're
an
putting
example.
pictures in front of the Lambos. You're flexing on the internet about it, and then you're like, "Hey, dude, look what a cool business guy I am." I call it out, and you go, "Oh, he's a hater. He's just talking shit on the internet."
Okay, so good. Now, you said your piece I'm a con man. I'm robbing kids out the money. Can you give me some examples?
Hey.
Can you give me some examples?
First.
Can you give a motherfucking example of anything you say, or do you just talk?
Hey, Billy.
Was it the 1,000 Google reviews?
I'll wait till you stop.
I'll wait till you stop, Billy. Thank you. So then I'll keep going. Was it the awards for San Diego's best places to work? Which one was it? Was it the fucking dozens of stages?
Are we all talking about irrelevant things?
Are
we all talking about irrelevant things right now?
What was it?
Are we all talking about irrelevant things like that?
Was it the Massage Envy contract?
Billy.
Was it the Orange Theory Fitness when I did 500 locations? You just talk shit. You are fucking relevant because you talk about other people.
Can I tell you sort of my biggest? Can I tell you my biggest problem with you?
No.
I guess you didn't come on the live stream to talk. You came to blow out everyone's ears with your mic. Let me talk to you for a second. You called me. Listen. You called me fake news in your show, right?
Correct.
You called me fake news in your show.
Correct. Facts.
Then you say, okay, you assume what I'm saying, right? After not watching my video. Let me say this. When I was talking a second ago, you said you make your money by just talking trash. I responded to that. Listen, 1 second. Let me finish, and then you can go off. Let me finish, and then you can go off. Let me finish, and then you can go off. Let me finish, and then you can go off, okay? 1 second. So I said, the people that I'm talking trash about, the people that you're talking about,
I'm listening now,
are like people like Dan Locke, people like Ty Lopez, people like Kevin David.
Have you met?
I've called them. I've taken Ty Lopez's course.
Have you met Ty or Dan?
No.
I know them both.
Great.
Have you ever had a conversation with them?
No, I know because I've heard you suck up to them on podcasts.
Have you ever?
I've heard you say. I've heard from their students who've lost tens of thousands of dollars from them while they flex in their mansions, and you go on their podcast going, "Wow, such a big fan, Ty. Such a big fan, Dan."
This is crazy.
I'm happy to have Dan on my podcast. I'm happy to have him on the live stream. I'm happy to have Ty on a live stream. They won't come on. I've invited Dan probably 7 times.
What's your name, Coffeezilla? What's your name?
Steven.
What is it? Steven, you never even had a conversation with both of them, but you sit here and call them scams.
They won't go on a conversation with me. I've had the victims of their courses on my show. You think they'd have a conversation with me? But
had the victors of their successes? You had the victims, quote unquote, your words. Have you had the victors?
Yeah, like a teacher who's $20,000 lost $26,000 with Dan Locke.
Have you had thousands of the success stories though? This is my thing with you, and let me tell you, I actually, because I want to be clear here for your audience.
Yeah.
I don't actually knock everything you do. I think what you do, to an extent, is important because there is a lot of bullshit out there, and a lot of people are getting fucked over.
Yes.
Where it becomes
where are the people voicing that? Where are the people voicing that?
Let me finish. But where it becomes problematic is the fact that you don't give both sides. So you say something about someone, never have having a conversation with them, only taking the quote unquote victims and not talking to the people who have had successes. So you are worse than CNN, Fox, and motherfucking TMZ. That's poison. That's dangerous. That's cancerous. Please.
Can I say something? First of all, it's not true that I've never talked to these guys. Talk to a lot of them. Talk to a lot of them. Talk to people like John Crestani. Talk to people like Evan Luther. Talk to people like Caleb Maddox. Okay? I want to talk to people. I'm happy to talk to you. And like you said, look, was it that hard to get a conversation with me? No, it honestly wasn't. You just have to DM me on Instagram. You'll get a conversation right away.
Why? Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
The reason why I had a conversation with you, because what you said is true in the beginning. You said what you said about me wasn't bad. Honestly, I was not offended. Like, people say shit like that. That didn't bother me. You really didn't. It was when I started scrolling through the channel and I realized this is like a pattern. It wasn't even interjection. I'm cool. Like, people have moments. You make a fucking video. You're a content creator. Yeah. You have an opinion. That's one thing. But I was like, bruh, when you have multiple and several and you're doing this, I'm like, that's cool.
Let's talk about some of these videos.
That's why I posted that, because I was upset. I'm like, nobody should make money tearing other people down. I like you calling them out. Have a conversation with them. Like, raise questions. That is fucking healthy. But when you're just talking shit about people, you discourage them. And I got audio clips for days that we can fucking bump over here. I'll put it on my podcast, y'all.
Yeah, sure.
Listen, I got audio clips of you for days saying things like, why should someone ever charge information that's more than the price of a book? Why should anyone do it? Anyone advertising is a scam. You know how many
didn't say
fucking, hold on, do you know, I have the recording. I got the recording. We can play that.
Out of context.
Hit that. Turn that shit up.
Out of context, you do. Anyone advertising is a scam? That's what I said? I never said that.
Go to his motherfucking shit. He said it. He said any ad. Hold on. I got my sound. We're going to play the joint right here for your people, man. We're going to play the joint. He said, it's something along the lines. I'm paraphrasing, but we hit a quote. So, no, the advertising shit. Johnny played the right one. The one he was talking about. Anyone who's advertising.
While he pulls that up. So first of all,
Go ahead, Johnny. Play the clip, Johnny. Just give him a second, man. Let's breathe. You out here rushing stuff. I got time. I'm good.
You're bringing energy. You're bringing energy to this conversation.
Yeah, energy because I think there's some. Like I said, I'm not against you. I think you genuinely had in the past a good intent. I think it derailed and became something else when you saw the money.
Can you look at my recent videos, please? I don't think you've paid attention to my recent videos.
The one he's talking
about.
Hey,
real quick. Hey, Billy, you haven't watched more than 3 of my videos, and I can tell. Look, this is about a hedge fund manager. This is about advertising. This is about a straight up Bitcoin scam where somebody is stealing money. Straight up stealing, not a question. Straight up stealing. This is about a somebody who's making it all YouTube.
Awesome.
What I'm saying is you're accusing me of all you do is talk trash. That's not true. You don't know what my content is, and you're accusing me. Hold on, this is an important point. You're accusing me of being fake news and CNN and Fox News, and you said you got to do your research before talking. But you come into this conversation so heated, but you don't know what I do. It's clear to me.
I have 17 audio clips of you saying reckless shit that actually hurts people instead of helping.
Tell me what they are. Let's go through them.
But because we went on your thing, it's there. Can you play the fucking
We're
clip,
going to do the
Johnny?
podcast.
Damn it, and find it.
Don't worry, we're going to do the podcast. It's fine.
All right, hold on. Not that shit. He literally said the advertising thing.
Just so we're doing, he can't find it. So we're talking about marketing here. We're talking about bad financial advice on TikTok because people are learning.
Telling me I'm lying, and every time you said I've been lying, I've showed you that you were lying. The motherfucking clip, he says that basically anyone fucking advertising is a scam. We just listened to it fucking 4 seconds ago. Find the joint. We'll circle back to it. Give Johnny time to find that. But
that's
damn.
fine.
But anyways, going back to what you're saying. What you're saying, I'm saying against you is that all you do is talk trash, right? True. Like I agree. That is not true. Like you got me hyped. Like I'm making a point of being facetious. Like, but nonetheless, the fact that it's a part of your portfolio, it's a bulk. And that's how you make money, bruh. Like some of your most watched videos are from talking about other people.
Let's start with one thing.
Go ahead.
How my career started, why I started Coffeezilla. I think that's an important point.
I have your clip of your first video. You said, I want to do coffee and do YouTubers and find out interesting things. You had this genuine curiosity. So I want to know, when does shit go south?
That's what I'm trying.
When did
Nothing
you feel?
went south. What are you talking about?
Listen.
I stumbled.
Listen. This is your first video.
Right.
This is your first video.
Okay.
You're a fan of other YouTubers. Keep going. Yeah.
I still am a fan.
This is you.
YouTubers. Yeah. Is this supposed to be like a Barbara Walters moment, like a gotcha?
All right, kill that. Such a nice kid. You're just such a nice kid. I'm like, I like that kid. I'm rooting for that kid. How can I support that kid? And they just tell me something else. I had questions for you because I genuinely want to know, like, who you are. You out people in your names. Like, were you bullied in school? Like, when did it switch? And like, what were you like?
Can I explain? If that's a genuine question, I'll genuinely answer. Okay. Let's take this podcast or let's take this live stream. Johnny. Let's find a good way to bring it down to a real place, okay? Because I do think we both want to get to a real place here. Okay, listen. So, when I started this channel, YouTube channel, Coffee Break is doing well, okay? 400,000 subscribers. I'm doing fine with it. I'm looking at the educational system on YouTube, and I don't like how it incentivizes clickbait. At the same time, I'm interested in pursuing a more personality-centered brand. Or like a channel.
Real quick, right? But you don't like that it incentivizes clickbait. You know, we could both agree your whole channel is clickbait. Like, come on now. Like, you can say that, but all right. But that's look at your titles. I mean, the whole thing, your thumbnail. It's science for you. Come on now.
The $5 million Super Bowl ad tier list. We talk about the Super Bowl. Hedge fund manager breaks down GameStop. We talk about that. What I'm talking about, though, but I very honestly shifted towards entertainment, of course.
Bro, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So don't like hate on this clickbait shit.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you where I was. You asked me how I got started, whatever. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to move away from Coffee Break for now. I'm going to go back to it. Really, I never made a decision to stop Coffee Break. But I noticed this sort of epidemic on YouTube of these course sellers. And look,
except they're all fake, they're all scams. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry,
I didn't call you a fake guru. That's the funny thing. You came on with so much heat. I didn't call you a fake guru. And then you go, show me where I called you a con. I didn't call you a con. That's what I find amazing about this conversation.
Hold on. This is the thing is you didn't call me those things. That's why I think it's important. I want to let everybody know why I'm on here. It wasn't about me. What made me, nothing can hurt me like what you said about me. Like my fucking resume procedure. It was others.
I didn't say anything crazy
can I give you a flip? Can I give you a flip? You didn't. I agreed with that 3 times.
Sure.
This is the perspective I want to give you though. And this is important for everybody. Is when you create videos like this, and the way you do it without reporting both sides, which is my thing, not the fact that you comment on them, whatever, but not reporting both sides. My fear is, so I got 130,000 students in 75 countries.
Yeah.
A lot of them have solid businesses that genuinely help people. And they get terrified to go on video because they're afraid somebody will say something mean to them. So then I find you, and it triggered me. Because I'm like, you're the person stopping somebody from getting out their dope message, from getting their dope message. That's not true because you report one side in front of you. You give people a bad shit all the time.
You're talking very generically.
Hold on.
Let's talk about
let me be specific.
who I call.
Let me be specific. So let me ask you this. Do you not see how you doing videos like that can negatively impact somebody?
I think that the people that I'm helping getting out of this toxic self-help industry saying that you need to spend $2,000 to make it in this world is helping people. Let me say the other side of that. Let me say
you didn't answer my question. Hold on, pause right there. Let's just go one piece at a time.
Sure.
So like when you mention that, even that to me is funny. You hate on someone that wants to invest $2,000 into themselves, but have you ever owned a business, bro?
Buddy. Okay.
Have you? Just yes or no? I'm looking yes or no. I'm not
even
hating
business,
right now.
like what kind of business? Like a guru's course selling business?
That you pay taxes is on any fucking business, anything. Have you ever owned a business?
If you consider this a business, which I kind of more consider it like just a show, but yeah,
it's a business though because you make a profit from it and you pay taxes at the end of the year. Do you pay taxes at the end of the year?
Yeah. This
is a business, bro. So this is your first business.
I guess it's a business in the same way any show is.
It's a business because you're generating profits from it and you're paying taxes on it.
I think what you're trying to say.
I'm telling you what I'm trying to say. And it's the fact that you're giving advice. Even if your advice is to not fuck with somebody else, you're giving advice and you ain't got a motherfucking business. You're a scam. What a big scam.
What are you talking about? I'm giving advice. I'm telling you, don't listen to these fraudsters on the internet.
Someone who doesn't have a business is telling you who to listen to.
Christ.
Your stock picks and your fucking crypto
I'm not. You're saying I'm giving advice. I'm telling you not to take these idiots' advice. Don't take my advice. Do I give advice? Do I tell people how to live their life? Do I sell a course on how to live their life? No, I do not. Because I
have a question for you. I got a question for you. And this is
Billy.
Let's talk about ridiculous. You have created a successful YouTube channel, regardless if I think it's out of integrity and I don't think it's right, but you have. So I want to credit you for that. And I also want to credit you because I know that's hard as shit. But I would willing to bet that you made so many damn mistakes on the come up. You know what I mean? You made so many errors. Sure. So if you created a course to help people start their YouTube channel the right way, because there's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet, as we both know, you don't think that'd be beneficial?
Absolutely not. This is where you and I fundamentally disagree.
Correct. Now explain. Hey, tell me how
I'll explain. I will explain.
I'm listening. Educate me.
Self-help industry is such crap because of this key fact. The majority of learning is through experience. It's through mistakes. If I hadn't made those first 100 bomber videos, I would not be the YouTuber I am today. I've tried to communicate.
Let me give you a quote by someone who's not that successful. His name is Warren Buffett. You can learn from your own mistakes or you can learn from somebody else's. Who the fuck is the genius?
I can't finish my sentence. Now. Listen,
yeah, because that's
if
wild.
Warren Buffett's selling a course, go buy Warren Buffett's course.
Reckless shit,
if Warren Buffett's selling a course, go buy Warren Buffett's course, but he doesn't.
If Warren Buffett was fucking born in anything before
like
1980s,
we have Dan Locke selling a course. Instead, we have Kevin David plagiarizing people. claiming to be experts.
Hey, watch this. Yo, hey, I agree with that.
Right. So, okay.
See, like we're not on the same page.
But let me ask you.
Why are you demonizing people for selling their knowledge, which took them decades and millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars to come up with? Like, why should somebody give up their hard work, their education, their experiences for fucking free? This is motherfucking America. Fuck out of here.
I don't demonize people for selling their education.
You just did.
Somebody, no, listen to me for 1 second. When somebody sells their education and they wrap it around a pretty little dream that's not going to happen for people, because the way you become a successful piano player.
Hey, remind me to never buy a fucking mindset course from you. Listen to what the fuck you just said. When you wrap it in a bow,
I don't sell
and
a mindset
you
course.
Sell a dream that's never going to happen for people. This is who y'all follow? What you call them? The Coffeezilla gang or army? This is your dude? The guy who says your dreams are never going to happen for you?
Coffeezilla Army is a joke about the London Real Freedom Platform Army. I know you haven't watched the show, and you're talking a lot of trash.
I'm trying to figure out the people following you who can
respect that. But you keep interrupting me before I finish what I'm going to say, and so it's like it's hard for you to hear.
Continue on. But you just say so much reckless shit, and you want to go on a stream of reckless shit, and it's dangerous. So I'm like, let's go piece by piece. I want to let you talk, but I don't want you to run on. What nonsense.
What are you talking about? You interrupt me in the middle of every sentence.
I apologize. Go ahead.
Okay, so where were we? We were talking about selling education, right? So I have no problem with selling education, right? The problem is that it's wrapped up. What do all these people teach? They teach wrap up your education alongside what they really want, which is they want wealth. So you wrap up this like thing of like, oh, learn Facebook ads. If it was just learn a hard skill, I don't have a problem with that. Right? The truth is no one's going to learn a hard skill for $2,000 unless you wrap it in some kind of wealth thing. Well, generally speaking, I'm talking about the general case that I talk about as fake
there is a lot of bullshit. I'll give you that.
Right. And you've said the same thing. You made a bunch of Instagram posts about it. And you come to me and basically the vibe I'm getting from you is that I do a thing, but I do it in the wrong way, a way you don't approve of. Now, let me ask you. What's the mechanism for this industry to self-correct? What's this mechanism for the industry to self-correct, if not for someone like me?
Real quick, I just want to say, I do approve of some of the things you do. I don't want to come up here and seem like I'm just hating on you, because I don't want to fucking knock you down. I want to knock down the tactic of knocking others down to get ahead. That's my main shit right now. But I do think you had, at some point, a genuine purpose, and I do think calling out things are great. It's just, we just came out of an, just listen to me. We just came out of an election year.
Right.
You saw this country more divided than it's ever been in some time.
Sure.
And the number one culprit was, quote unquote, the news, right? You go to CNN, it tells you one thing. You go to Fox, tells you another thing. But you know what both of them agree on? Is they never tell the other fucking side. And it's dirty. They never give anybody else credit, and that is what concerned me about you. Is that you tell these stories, but you give in one side. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think that's true. I think that's a biased perspective. So what I do now, let me be honest. I think I've become better with time, not worse. I recently started this thing called Webinar Wednesdays, where rather than just talk about advertising, which I used to rip into, I take the course. I review the course. I take the modules. I like that. I go through it. I don't just talk about the advertising. I go through the course. I judge the course on the content.
I like that.
I interview experts. I interview people, real business owners. It's a series we called Real Jobs. We're still trying to get more people to go join that. I do things. I talk about great advertising because I don't want the whole thing to just be about bad advertising. I have made a concerted effort to make this channel not just a negative place. And I'm moving in that direction, but I don't know. I feel like if your perspective is like, oh, you're doing the right thing, but in the wrong way, my question is, then show me the guys who's doing the right thing, because I don't see, no offense, anyone in the industry, like I consider myself sort of an outsider. And I think my role as an outsider is important, because when I say this is a scam, you know that I'm not going to go, hey, now take my course, which is so common. There's very many, I think
that is common.
Yeah. So it's like people go, everything's a scam except for me. Right? I don't do that. I don't have that game. I say, look, I think this guy's a scam. I think this guy's maybe a little over the top, whatever. But then at the end of the day, I don't have something to sell you.
So I think that would be my thing is like, well, one, you are getting paid off of it. So that's that. But I think my thing
but
would
not
be
in a
if-
way
if-
that
if-
hurts
if-
the
if
people
change-
at the bottom. Like that's the big
but
thing
see,
for
okay,
me
I
is
love that. Hold on, I
making
love that.
money
Yes,
in a
yes.
moral way.
Great point. You say not the people that hurts the people on the bottom. You scaring away people from investing in themselves and taking a fucking leap of faith. Let me tell you, it hurts fucking people at the bottom the most.
I don't believe that.
You're wrong. You're wrong. This is because I'll tell you my expertise. This is what I've been doing for 12 years, man. And I had a real company agency working with some of the largest franchises in the world. I didn't touch education until that was my shit, right?
Yeah,
Like I had my skill set, etc. That's where I came in. But dude, you don't understand. I have these conversations with real small business owners. They're so deathly afraid to take a risk, to take a leap, because we're fucking poisoned. Like take my grandmother, for example, rest in peace. My grandmother's whole thing was, Billie Jean, don't fucking start your own business. Don't start your own business until you have a job for 30 years. You got all this experience, etc. My grandmother never owned a fucking business. Why, Grandma, I love you. Why the fuck are you giving me business advice? I wouldn't be where I am today at 32 if I would have listened to grandparents sing. You got people out here listening to their parents for fucking financial advice and they're broke. You got people out here listening to Coffeezilla for financial advice.
I don't give financial advice.
Had a business.
I don't give financial advice.
You telling people what not to do is still advice, my friend. It's still advice. And that's what
I'm
you gotta
telling
realize.
I'm telling them the people that became a wealth advisor yesterday that aren't registered brokers, that have absolutely no experience in the business, and yesterday started up, and today they're making $2 million off the backs of a bunch of broke, desperate kids.
I think now, and even that part, the last part, I'm with you as far as calling shit out. But then you said, on the backs of broke, desperate kids. How do you know who their customers are?
Actually, because insiders have come to me. I mean, I'm not gonna name names because this is confidential.
Bro, but like you don't know.
Hold on one second. One second. They shared with me like sales reports. I saw that this one company, this was a while back, like probably 10 months ago. This company was doing, I think it was 10 million. I think it's been a while. I think it was like 4 million a month or something like that.
Did you find the clip? Literally, there was only 6 that we played in the very beginning. We put them in the fucking intro.
For 4 million a month, and basically the idea is I knew the fact. I knew it. They told me. The person came to me because they said, I don't like what these people are doing.
This is an anomaly. This is an outlier,
but listen for a second. They said we were telling people who couldn't afford the course to go get a personal loan to take out the rest of the money to invest in themselves and get into
you talking about college? You talking about college? Which one? Yale, Stanford, Harvard?
No, we're talking about courses.
Oh, you said you wanted people to borrow money and get into serious debt and then go learn something, and make money 30 years later.
If you want to talk about how education's a scam.
Got it. Oh, okay.
Do you want to talk about that? Because we can. I have a whole thing about that.
I don't know if we need to have a whole thing about it, but I think we're in agreement there. The logic you just said is literally the logic that fucking employs doctors. That's their program that they follow. You know what the promise of, hold on, let me finish. You know what the promise of attorneys and fucking medical professionals is? Go into debt $300,000. It will take you 30 years to pay it back. You won't even start making till 11 years later. And then 11 years later, you get a job that will make you 6 figures and you'll still be enslaved in debt. That shit right there, and you're worried about somebody investing $2,000 to take advantage and learn from someone who invested hours and hours and hours or whatever the fuck. But you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, what? Why are you hating on someone getting ahead and taking a risk?
Let's talk about
I'll take my personal shit, right? Like, you know how I learned the game of advertising, the thing that you hate on a lot. I learned the game of advertising because I was one of those.
I love advertising. I just don't like when it's done the way it's done with the direct response guru model.
I think there is some shit there. So we're also in agreement. But at the same time, bro, I came up through buying the shit that you're fucking shying people away from. There would be no Billie Jean. My impact on the 130,000 students, I would not have. I wouldn't be able to do any of those things. You know what I'm saying? And then you talk about like, you know, you said something, I don't remember what it is because this is your setup, so we don't have a lot of our shit. But you said something about influencers and how they're all fake. And like that whole shit, it's never real. And I'll play it on my shit. So that way everyone knows I'm not just pulling shit out of my ass. But like, I mean, what is that all about? Right? And by the way, there are some fucking bullshit influencers. But when you fucking throw this blanket on a whole industry.
I don't think. I mean, I can't. I'm not going to tell you. I didn't say that because you might have
clips,
it.
Johnny.
But
damn it.
I can't talk to you about this thing when I don't know what I said.
You don't know what you said about influencers all being fake, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Well, I'll give you my opinion right now. There are a lot of influencers are fake. Are you talking about like gurus specifically? Like
no, this was you. What you said. You said. Oh, go.
I don't remember what I said.
Look, listen.
Yeah.
it again. Play it again. Again. Since I make shit up.
I can't. Can you just repeat it for the class? Because we can't hear it that
time.
well. We can't hear it that well. You're gonna have to repeat it for everybody.
Last one.
I can't.
Last one.
People asking for the real gurus. I say, I don't know where to find them. Because everybody who's running ads right now, they're fake gurus.
It said people running ads. Yeah, you heard it.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure. I think was that from Graham Stephan, the Graham Stephan video?
I don't fuck it. Yes, that's what John said.
Let's give the context to that. Let's give the context, because context.
But this is the thing: is nobody
is
always
context
hears
not important?
context.
You were
They
saying
just
that
say,
you're the one saying at the beginning of this that I had to have context.
Context is important, but when you do things like this as a leader and a thought leader and someone with subscribers, people don't always hear that shit.
Oh gosh, I hope
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
Sure hope I'm not a thought leader, Billy. I told you I'm not giving advice. I'm just talking. Listen,
continue on.
Hold on. So let's talk about this Graham Stephan video.
I hope no one follows your thoughts. But you are what you are, regardless if I agree with what the fuck you said.
Whatever.
I hope no one
I'm not going to charge you
yeah.
for it. I guess you can get it for free. So we talked about
YouTube
Graham
Stephan's
Stephan's video was basically about how
that's another kid who does this shit, right? He does this shit.
No. That's me.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Graham Stephan's like one of these personal finance guys, right?
Okay,
and he said there's so many there's only a few fly by night snake oil salesmen. Most of them are legit. And in that video, I was responding to that, and I said, no, that's actually not true, Graham. It's actually the reverse. There's only a few people that if it were me, I would be listening to, and most of them are fly-by-night snake oil salesmen. Now, I would be shocked if you disagreed with that statement right there.
I would say a lot of them are, but I wouldn't say words like most, man. Like, I don't know. I would never make the statement because I don't know most. You know what I'm saying? I keep to my shit. Like, I don't know most, but is that out there? Should people beware? 100%. Like,
I mean,
they
look,
should.
This is your Instagram post. There's a lot of fraud and scams. Mostly, as in most, you said the word most, broke business coaches making a career teaching something they never accomplished. So you do agree with me. You agreed with me last year.
Listen. A couple of things. Number one, when your entire channel is dedicated.
It's not my entire channel.
When you have consistent, how long has your channel been in existence?
Like 2 years ago, I started it. And by the way, this is not my dream of what I'm going to do forever.
There's a difference between all and most, mind you.
Sure.
Mind you. But when you come on and you consider fucking selling your information, buying courses, and people being fucking idiots for all this, for investing into themselves, what fucking good are you doing?
I'm saving people from this cycle in the self-help space of thinking that they're one person.
Cycle of helping themselves.
Dude, listen.
Okay.
Look, I just talked to a guy the other day. We're about to release it. This guy who he's $10,000 in the hole, and we asked him, how much money have you made? He said none. I've just got to keep spending. That was his whole point.
He sounds like every doctor.
Buddy, look, you can make fun of education all you want. They have proven that over time you make more money. With a college degree, you make more money. So you can keep saying it's a scam to go.
Doctor spent $300.
Listen, you can keep saying it's a scam to go to school, but they make more money on average. And listen, when you're talking to when you're talking to masses of people, do you think it's a good idea to recommend people go to LA?
What?
To be an actor. No, it's a bad idea. Why? Because most people don't become actors, right?
Bro, let me tell you what's happening now. I don't want to pour into you like this, but and I'm not in a bad way. I don't know what you missed or didn't accomplish in your life, but you projecting what you didn't get onto someone else is the most fucking dangerous thing you can do.
Buddy,
and I'm not hating. And listen to me, because when I say that, I don't mean that in a bullish like just trying to pick shit way. I'm letting you know, dude, that is scary. That in fact you just said that with so much conviction. I'm the opposite. If you're watching me, I want you to go fucking chase it in LA. If you want to be an actor and actress and you think that's what's gonna get you ahead, I want you to do it. I want you to invest yourself. You're talking about me spitting
dangerous information. And then you're going,
everyone go engineer study that went to be a fucking YouTuber. How unrealistic is that?
My God.
Yeah, I got you there. Bro,
what are you talking about? I
think you're gonna remove this. Turn this shit.
What are you talking about?
Go play it. I studied what?
Me as a chemical engineer becoming a YouTuber?
I'm not even a web builder.
What are you talking? I don't even know where you're going with this. I'm confused now. Are you playing some clip right now? We can't hear.
We are playing a clip of you saying that you're not even a web developer. You studied chemical engineering in college.
I did. Yeah.
Well, can I bring up something? That example of going to LA is unrealistic and ridiculous as someone saying, I'm going to drop out of being a chemical major and becoming a fucking YouTuber.
No. When we're talking,
that's the most unrealistic
Jesus
dream
Christ,
ever.
Billy. When we are talking to masses of people, right? And we're talking about how to better yourself, how to do better in life. You have to set yourself up for success, right? You have to set yourself up for success.
Don't ever
That's why I went to chemical engineering. That's why I became a chemical engineer. And then I was like, I also want to chase my dream, but I have something to fall back on. It's a nice degree to fall back on.
Don't ever put your limitations on somebody else. Bro, I'm gonna tell you honestly.
You don't believe in statistics, then. You don't believe in statistics. You don't believe in market realities.
Hold on.
You believe in this weird world.
Okay, hey. 90% of businesses will fail over the span of 10 or 12 years. Does that mean they shouldn't try?
No. What are you talking about? But you wouldn't lie to them about their chances, right? Listen,
absolutely not.
I'm not telling people, hey, never go to LA. What I'm saying is your odds are low, and if you're going to recommend it, I honestly believe
you're going to delete this video after because you are getting murdered. Like this is not going good for you in any capacity. Like
I feel the opposite.
Oh no.
I feel the opposite, bud.
Then you should rewatch the fuck out of this because I'm telling you, man, I guarantee you your own followers are like, damn, what the fuck we been doing?
We'll see.
Hey, here's what I'll do too. I'm gonna do one better,
buddy.
And I'm not even gonna profit off this, but they're probably gonna end up buying more of my shit later. If they want, you don't have to give it away.
No. I'll clip this out. No thanks.
Yeah, listen.
Please don't pitch. Come on, what are you pitching?
I want to give them for free my fucking 30 days course and see if they learn something.
You can get in his marketing funnel.
Oh, God forbid you learn something new that'll help you.
Hey, you can get sold more crap.
Keep it away. Oh my God, bro. I'm gonna tell you, I figured you out. Billy, this is all I wanted to understand.
Can I say something?
You are a hurt individual that's looking to hurt other people.
You know what's mind-blowing about this is I'm living my dream. What are you talking about? I set out to be a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber.
And if someone told you better not fucking drop out of chemical engineering school because that YouTube stuff will never work out. You would hate them. You would villainize them. The way you just tried to hate on motherfuckers moving to LA. Go to LA. Chase your fucking dreams.
I finished my chemical engineering degree. And if somebody tried to profit off of me while I was grinding and robbed me of my dream because I was too busy trying to buy crappy courses.
Like your chemical engineering school? Like they did your motherfucking shit? You better wake the fuck up.
Bro, you're so out to lunch.
How much debt did you get? How much debt did you go into for that? How much debt you go into for that?
I had scholarships, none.
If you didn't have scholarships, because everyone doesn't have scholarships for you, let's look at the data, sir. If you didn't have scholarships,
I don't know
how much money would you have went into debt?
I don't know. It's like it's a public
50,
institution. No, it's like 20. No, it's 20.
So you would have went $20,000. I would say they robbed you. Man, you know what? I'm gonna get your back. Everybody, that's a scam. That chemical, because you decided to drop out. No, hold on, let me finish, and then I'll let you go. Because you decided to drop out of chemical engineering school.
I finished. You're not listening.
You're finished. They're a scam. They didn't get you a job after. They're a scam. They're a scam.
What are you talking about? They're a scam. What are you talking about? I chose not to.
Oh my God, you chose not to. Like some people buy a course and choose not to do the motherfucking work. Wake up. Winners fucking win.
The 95% loss rate. You guys tell everybody. Sorry. Let me not collect advice.
Thank you.
The people that I'm talking about say it's so easy to do.
Some people do this, yes.
No, most people. What are you talking about?
Maybe most.
Ty Lopez is sitting in there with the Lambo. Got the Lambo, right? He goes, it's closer than you think.
Ty Lopez has changed more lives than you can even fucking fathom, but yet you sit here and you fucking mock him. This guy owns six of the biggest retail brands in the fucking world.
He's the thought leader of our generation.
The guy has fucking had millions of students, but here you are as a troll with 400,000 subscribers trying to knock somebody who's helped millions of fucking people. You sound like a clown, bruh. You sound like a fucking clown when you do this shit.
Sorry, I should look up to Ty Lopez. You're right.
I think we're, I think we're talking in circles now. Honestly, bro,
I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something.
Hold on. I'll say this and then you can go. I apologize because I was mad at you because I was like, I felt like what you were doing was malicious. I really did. And that's why I came with that energy. And that was much. So I apologize for that, truly. But I'll tell you this. Sure. I now empathize for you because I realize the shit you say is literally from a place of hurt.
Billy, I feel bad for you.
And failure.
I feel so bad for you right now.
This is the fucked up part. Is you literally
Billy, you think you're winning this debate? You're not. Just look at the chat.
Bro, you're Doug, there's nothing in this. There's nothing in this.
Yeah,
I don't even think we can rewind to a point.
Huh?
I don't even think that we can rewind to a point where you said fucking anything relevant. And Doug, here's the thing. You want to talk fucking numbers? Let's talk financial numbers. If you take a poll of the people who follow my shit versus the people who follow your shit, who do you think is doing better financially? The person who tells you never to fucking leave, don't go to fucking LA, don't take a chance, everything's a fucking scam.
Right. I'm sure you make a ton of money. Congratulations. That's what life's all about.
My people make a ton of fucking money and impact, helping people.
You right. Keep telling yourself that.
You're a commentator.
Y'all are so. Listen. You know what I'll say?
I want to sit here
can I say this 1 second? Can I say this 1 second?
My name is Steven, and I make a living talking about other people, getting YouTube to pay me.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick?
People I've never met, people I've never been in contact with, but I'll make all the
You're on my show right now.
Fuck out of here, man.
You know what's really funny? It reminded me of something. So you call me fake news, but I actually think I'm something else. Okay? Can I tell you?
You can tell me whatever.
So you said the Elon Musk interview on Clubhouse is the reason why the people need more people like Charlemagne the God. WTF, right? Do you like Charlemagne the God?
This is you gotta listen to this. Jump on his YouTube. I think he's broadcast. Okay. I'm in my studio. I'm just talking to the
because can I tell you what you look like right now?
He's nice. His potential.
So you like Charlemagne the God, and
go check it out.
It's interesting because actually Charlemagne the God.
How long did you prep this speech? You wrote up your clip and everything. How long did you prep this shit? You feel good?
No, I didn't.
Go get your punchline. Go ahead.
You're the one who prepped like 16 audio things. I'm not going to go tell you, oh, you prepped for an interview like that's a diss. I prepped to talk to you. Are you going to insult me for that? You're going to insult me for being a chemical engineer? It's embarrassing.
Was an insult? Was that what you took from that?
Listen,
is the fact that you went and congratulated you, but you told everybody to stop and you took it as a dick? So
you like Charlemagne the God, right?
Bruh, I honestly, I don't think this could have gone better for me. And like, you should delete this shit from me. I gotta go, bruh.
What, you're just gonna leave?
What else? I mean, what the fuck else do you want to say? Honestly, I don't think you're a bad guy. I do apologize for calling you a fuckboy because, you know, I think the fuckboy is warranted if you're being malicious. I don't think you're being malicious. I do think you're confused and you have a long journey. And I can guarantee you this. There will be a point in your life where you would change this mentality of like never getting mentorship, etc. Like, I mean, they said no sports fucking person ever. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like your whole, I don't even know if you believe the shit you say. Like when you listen back, you're like, I don't really believe that. You know what I mean?
No, I can't. Look, Billy, can I just make my point? Damn it, you just keep interrupting me. Can I make a point?
Get your punchline.
All right.
Get your clip.
So you said I'm fake news, right? And then at the end of our DMs, you said you better watch what you say. You better keep my name out of something like that. Like keep your name out of my mouth.
Correct.
Okay. But you also love Charlemagne the God. Now, interestingly, this parallels a very interesting situation with Birdman. You remember that interview?
I love Charlemagne the God.
So Charlemagne the God, he talks about rappers. And Birdman's pissed off because he doesn't want anyone putting his name in their mouth. And he comes in angry. It's amazing. You know what's amazing to me is how so-called millionaires are so fragile. It's so interesting. Y'all put yourselves out there for millions and billions of... So I think you bragged to me that you had like billions of views or something like that. How many views do you have?
Yeah. Our impressions we've been seen almost 900 million times.
You paid for it. Okay, great.
Yes, exactly. And, hold on. I had a question for you. If I paid for it, but I made tens of millions of dollars more, did I pay for it? I don't know. Anyways, well, you do the math. You do the math. I'll let you count my money.
You put yourself out for billions of people. Then why so insecure that you freak out when I say...
I love this question.
Okay, great.
Here's why. Because as I said 3 different times during the show, I didn't come on here for me. I said, what you said about me honestly didn't offend me. You didn't even really say anything back, honestly. It was the shit you say about other people and the poison that you put out to people.
Ty
and
Lopez
about
and
limiting,
Dan Locke?
no. Specifically, the messages you put out to people about coaching and investing to themselves and taking a risk and a leap and betting on themselves, that is what makes you fucking worse than all the rest of them.
So most of these coachings you're talking about are courses, which are repackaged self-help. Hold on.
Why are you so mad at a course? Like, what you got against a course?
Oh,
You're
I'm not
chemical
mad at a
engineer.
course. I'm mad at
You're a chemical
repackaged.
engineer.
I'm mad at repackaged self-help from 50 years ago that they're selling for $2,000, saying it's going to break through the paywall, guys. Break through the paywall.
I mean, bro, here's the thing. If someone buys a course, it's a choice. You don't have to buy your shit. Like, period. You don't have to buy anything, and you're going to be exactly where you're at in life, and that's how you roll. But I don't believe that. I believe you study other people, and that's why you ask someone like myself or other people to come in. You learn a lot. You're a student of the game, and you're picking shit up all the time. Problem is, with so much information, the barrier to entry being so low on YouTube, anybody can post anything. So when somebody says, why don't I just go to YouTube to look up something? Because you're likely going to run in the wrong direction. So people don't go to med school on fucking YouTube, even though every single thing you will learn is on YouTube.
That's why I tell people to go to books. That's why I tell them crack a book.
But even on books, like nobody would be a self-taught doctor. Why not? Right. Even though they can learn all this shit at libraries, why not?
That's a great question. It's because we have standards, right? There's more than just learning from a book. You have to have practicals. You have to go in.
Correct.
Yeah. Do you think you're making a point here?
Yeah, I'm making a fucking point. Why do you think people get business coaches? Because you got to have standards. You got to have best practices.
They're going to business coaches that aren't business coaches that have never owned a real business. We're getting
somewhere. So do you believe that people should pay for business coaches?
If you're not a business already established with if you have no cash flow and you're trying to start a business, no, you should not. Look. When you're starting out,
so the best time to get a coach is after you lose a bunch of money and waste a bunch of time. Tell that to any fucking great. Tell that to LeBron. Tell that to fucking Kobe. Tell that to Tom Brady. What the fuck are you talking about? You sound dumb.
Buddy. You know what you're talking about? You're saying, hey, the time you should pay for a $2,000 coach is when you're a beginner basketball player. No, the time you pay for a $2,000 coach.
Steven, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What if you and I, we're both out here, and I don't know how to build a house. I don't know shit about building a house. I don't know if you do. Maybe you do. Engineer, you're probably more likely than me, right? So both of us are there, and we're looking to buy a house. I hire a coach who's built a house 1,000 times. You say, I'm just going to fucking look it up on YouTube. Whose house is going to be built faster? And whose house would you bet your life living in?
I don't tell people to go learn from YouTube.
Your roof is going to come down.
I don't tell people to go learn from YouTube.
So where would they learn? Where would they learn? Because I'm just going to go find somebody with a construction business who's super successful that's done it 1,000 times, and I'm going to go in debt to pay them to get ahead. What are you going to do? Just tell me.
Wait. Sorry. Reset the analogy.
Okay.
Right.
From the
You're trying to learn how to construct a house from scratch.
From the beginning. You and I are going to try and learn how to build a fucking house.
Okay. I go to school for it.
Hold on. I get a coach that's done. How much money are you going to lose going to school?
Yeah.
That is a coach.
$2,000. I mean, yeah.
Okay, you're going to go to school and you're going to take an undergrad degree for 2 years and learn about fucking isosceles triangles and all kinds of weird shit. And I'm going to pay against a successful entrepreneur and home builder who's already done it. Who the fuck do you think is going to get the result faster?
You're going to learn how to build. You're going to learn how to build a house without going to college.
Doug, you're missing. I'm going to learn from someone who does it every day. Correct. Who the fuck would you bet on?
I'm stunned by this conversation.
Okay, hold on. Just answer the question. This is wild to me. Just let's follow logic here.
Wild. Yeah.
Can we agree on something? The first 2 years of most traditional colleges.
Billy, this is great. Can I just say
No. This is fun. Okay. But anyways, the first 2 years of undergrad, what kind of courses do you typically take?
You take like generic courses, sure.
Yeah, give me some examples.
You take chemistry. Take math. You take whatever. Yeah. Like you take your basics.
Science, astrology.
Yeah, you learn to think. No, you don't learn astrology. That's not a thing. Yes, you
absolutely. It's an elective, and it is fucking for sure a thing.
Astrology does not. You're talking about astronomy.
Astronomy. Whatever the fuck, homie.
Okay, well, astrology. Who are you gonna kiss?
Okay. Exactly. I'm not gonna embarrass. I don't give a fuck because you can take the person who learned astronomy or astrology.
You take the wrong courses at school. Let me tell you.
My God. Hey, you better fucking deflect because my point is just fucking better than yours. So you go 2 years. Listen. Just listen.
I'm listening.
2 years. You're taking all the bullshit undergrad.
Yeah.
You learn nothing about building a home, but yet you go. I went to the University of San Diego. Mm-hmm. By that point, you would now be $50,000 into debt. I pay a fucking contract manager or project manager, whatever the fuck, $10,000 who does it every day and's been in the industry for 30 years, so I can work side by side them learning how to build
for
a
how
home.
long? I mean, with Dan Locke, that'll get you 1 hour of meeting.
But no, see, stop. Just our situation.
Yeah.
Who would you bet on in that particular case to build your home after those 2
So
years? You
if you're actually talking
answer
about
that question,
let
2
me
years.
explain.
Who would you bet
Let
on?
me
You or me?
explain.
I don't want an explanation. I want a yes or no.
I
Who would you bet on? Me
bet
or
on the
you?
guy who went through the proper channels to get the right connections to make their way in the world.
So I agree. So what would be the proper channel? Me, who learned and did it for 2 years with the best in the world, or you, who learned about fucking astronomy or astrology?
You're not going to want to hear this, bud. You're not going to want to hear this, bud. But all the
love your
time,
answer.
people are limited by their degrees.
Wait, pause for a second. Will you just answer? Who the fuck would you bet on? Me?
I
or
bet
you
on
in
the
that
guy who went to
situation?
college for it.
But you, in your first 2 years, you didn't even take a class on it yet. You're still an undergrad.
Buddy,
You sound
do you realize
dumb.
there's more to do you realize there's more to college than like taking classes?
I
It's
went.
how to think. It's how to finish something. It's a measure
Well,
of somebody's.
We're talking about how to build a fucking house.
Yeah, they're not going
Some
to
people
trust.
go in
They're
this
not
store
going
and
to
they
trust
wanna
that to somebody who said, "Hey, don't worry, trust me. I got a mentor." They're going to trust the guy who knows calculus.
No.
They're going to
it's
trust the
me,
guy
I've been
who
building
knows
homes.
AutoCAD, right? Who knows CAD.
It's trust me. I've been building homes for 2 years with the best in the industry. It's different.
What?
It's different. You just said they're not going to trust. You sound like, dog, you're stretching. You don't believe
sound
that.
straight goofy.
There's
Listen,
no
can I say
way
something?
you believe what you're saying.
Can I say something? Okay, listen.
Hold on. No. There's no fucking way you actually believe that you would pay the person that went undergrad and did random courses to build a home than the person who worked with somebody who already fucking does it.
As
You
a
would
beginner, on the job site. Do you know how these things work? Have you worked at a job site? I did new home sales. I worked with builders. Jesus Christ, Billy. I've worked with
How much money
builders.
do you make?
What are you talking about?
How much money do you make?
Now who's deflecting, Billy? I got you. Listen, I worked with a builder. I talked to these guys. I know what the guys with no degree were doing, and they weren't managing the houses, Billy. Sorry to break your coaching bubble.
I think you're clickbaiting because now you're just like you're just defying logic. That doesn't make any sense.
No, now you're deflecting. No, now you're deflecting.
What am I deflecting?
I actually have experience here. I worked in new home sales. I talked to builders.
Fuck me, you're missing the analogy. Really? That's you. You're so studied and you didn't hear a fucking word I said. Where's your emotional intelligence? Where's your intellect? What the fuck are you talking about? This is really simple. Would you rather work and build a house with somebody who's done it fucking for 2 years, or learn at a fucking undergraduate school that's scamming people left and right, but you're all good with that? You want people to jump on the fucking train of that.
What do you think's a bigger scam? The course industry, or do you think college is a bigger scam?
It depends on what you're studying.
Good answer. What? Elaborate. What do you think
For
about
a business degree?
Sure.
As someone who did business administration at the University of San Diego, that's where I went, which was a top-ranked business school. I didn't finish my last class, but as somebody who went there, bruh, I can fucking tell you that no contest that college is the biggest fucking legal scam in the world. Period. Like for business and entrepreneurs specifically. Let me be clear.
For entrepreneurs, I think that depends. Actually, I think it depends what you're gonna do. If you want to go start a business of the 21st century with like coding and stuff, I think it helps to know industries. I think it totally matters to have like a CS degree.
Hold on. You said something different there. It can help, but is it the best path?
I think. Look, have you looked up? I know you don't like statistics, but have you looked up the statistics here? Because they're against you. They're like far against you.
What are the statistics on what? What am I saying?
If you look up successful people, and I've done this. Because somebody named the Swag Academy.
Hey, hold on. You look up successful people. I am the fucking successful person who started with both parents on welfare. That's the difference between me and you. You're a critic. I'm a winner. Winners focus on winning. Critics focus on
statistics.
Winners. You focus on me. Your show is about me. That's what's wrong with this fucking equation, bro.
Wait. Bro, I mean, no offense, but relative to like truly successful people, you're a nobody.
Correct.
Right. But so that's all I'm saying. I study.
If you like statistics, I make more money than 99.0 some shit people on the planet.
Congratulations.
So if I'm a nobody, then what the fuck does that make you?
We're just talking about who I study.
What does that make you? If I'm a nobody, my success is nobody. What does that make you?
Billy, you're the one yelling, I'm the successful person. I'm the successful person.
No, I said statistics. You like statistics. I love statistics.
You're not letting me get to the point, Billy. You're dodging. You're dodging again. I can't let you do this, Billy.
What are you asking me?
You're dodging the truth. The truth is, The statistics on success, the statistics on success are that the people who are billionaires are 90%. Actually, it's 91%.
You don't even want someone to become an actor in LA. Now you're telling people to become a fucking billionaire? Fuck off. Come on, man. What is that? What is that?
Are you mad at me for wanting people to make intelligent decisions? I'm saying if you want to be an actor, know the odds. Know what you're stacked up against, right? No, be intelligent about it. Don't just YOLO into it. Don't just YOLO. Listen,
everything. You know, hold on. You know, most people who start med school don't complete. Odds are against you. Any professional athlete, odds are against you. Successful entrepreneurs, most businesses fail. Odds are against you. Every fucking thing that requires hard work, sacrifice, and getting it done, the odds are against you. Guess what? Real ones do it anyway. Pussies like you sit on the sideline, talk about other people doing it. Collect a check from YouTube.
You started it by saying congratulations on the successful YouTube channel. Now you're taking it away from me.
No, congrats on a successful YouTube channel. That don't make you successful.
Listen,
shit.
Billy.
Poisoning people with some nonsense.
Listen to statistics, okay? Listen for a second. Jeez, you're so close-minded. I gotta admit.
I'm close-minded.
To the idea that
other people said I'm close-minded. Can I get a mother? Is this real life?
I told you I'd take people's courses and evaluate them.
Thank you for this content, because I'm gonna run so much fucking traffic to this. It's gonna be insane. You want to see reach, bro? I can't wait to show this. I'm gonna send this to my fucking mom. Daddy, I'm gonna send this shit to you. This guy got give me a fucking mop the floor sound effect. Give me like, oh shit. I don't think I've taken down someone like this in a long motherfucking time. Woo! You got me hyped. Coffee. I drink coffee. Okay. I don't even drink coffee. I'm gonna have a glass of coffee today. That's how you make me feel. I don't even drink coffee.
All right.
I'm gonna chuck some motherfucking.
So can I get to my statistics? Or are you gonna?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm done celebrating yet. This is too good. I feel like, matter of fact, I should stop it because I can. What else can good? I'm just fucking with you, man. What's up?
Okay. So the statistics on billionaires is that 91% of them
what are we talking about? What is this
college degrees. Well, it's relevant to you're saying education's a scam. Blah 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 blah.
Why do you have to be a billionaire to be successful? Like what are you talking about?
I don't know. We're gonna go down the list, right? We're gonna go down the list. Even I think what it's called 30 millionaires, like $30 million or more. What you see is as you go up the attainment ladder of success, overwhelmingly, the more educated you are, the higher chance you have of doing better. That is, I'm sorry to say,
but now you're talking about 1%
fact.
Of the 1%
It's a fact, Billy. It's a fact.
You're talking, okay, now let's talk more facts. What you're talking about and describing is 1% of a 1% of a 1 fucking percent class, the ultimate elitist class. What we're talking about for successful, for most people, that's just making 6 figures. Dude. So your stats that you're using are completely fucking irrelevant.
The same thing is more true.
The data is changing as technology has completely debunked and fucked that industry. You're using old stats to try and make a new point, and you sound ridiculous again.
So what stats do you have?
Somebody give this man some coffee. Somebody give this man some coffee. God damn.
Is your argument the stats are going to prove me right in 20 years?
You want a pumpkin spice latte? You seem like the type like a pumpkin spice latte.
The stats are going to prove you right in 20 years? That's your argument? I don't have them in front of me right now, but they'll prove me right in 20 years. No, that doesn't work.
Keep spotting trends in hindsight. I'll keep leading on the front edge. Well, we'll see who does better.
Let me tell you this. Look, let's do stats on how many people say that their success is due to a $2,000 course. Let's do that. I'd love to do that.
From a mentor, you ask people who are successful, all those billionaires you talk about, I would bet you any amount of money that you want that over 90% will give credit to a coach or mentor that came into their life. And guess what? They won't be from their motherfucking school.
Bro,
now you can stick that in your coffee and fucking smoke it.
This is the biggest delusion, dude.
What's a delusion about that? What's a delusion about that? You don't think they'll give credit to a business coach or a mentor?
Listen. They're not going to get. They didn't meet that. They didn't meet that. Listen, let me qualify this. They didn't meet that mentor at the beginning.
But you agree it was because of a mentor that they'll all give credit to. We're on the same page there, right?
No, I don't even think so. I was just for example.
You wouldn't know because you don't hang out with successful people, bro.
Who are you hanging out with? Ty Lopez? He's not,
man.
Dude, bro. Ty Lopez is a nobody in the scheme of things.
Why are you talking about Ty? And why is he a nobody?
Because that's who you're hanging out with. You're saying I talk with successful people. Who are you talking to successfully? The people in the course industry are all going to say I was mentored because it benefits them.
How does that make you feel when you call someone a nobody? That's accomplished a lot and helped a lot of people. What does that do for you?
Okay, let me reframe this, right? Because I'm not calling Ty Lopez a nobody in the absence of other things. We're talking about success. You're talking about billionaires, and you accused me of not hanging out with rich people like you do,
no,
Billy.
But why isn't success, the ultimate success, helping a lot of other people become successful? Like, I feel like you hate on that, and it's weird. It's strange.
That's not what this industry does. This industry makes a very small amount of people at the top successful.
That's not true.
From selling
You're not
courses.
even in the industry.
From selling courses, bud.
Bro, giving someone knowledge is not a new business.
Giving someone knowledge for $2,000 is a new business. No, actually, you're wrong.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're right. It was a lot more. I mean, bro,
it was called books.
Stupid.
It was called
You're
books.
like, you're
you get them for a few pennies. And college was cheaper back then. I liked college more back when it was cheaper.
Why are you fighting so hard to hold on to this belief that is just fucking not true and reckless? It's weird. I gotta know your story.
Why are you fighting so hard to hold on to a belief that's not true and reckless? I could say the same thing.
Let me change gears here. Okay. Where and when? Like, did you invest in some shit and get fucked? Honestly, what happened?
Bro, I think you want me to be some damaged dude. I'm fine. I feel
like no, but I mean, I'm asking honestly. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not asking sarcastically.
No, I'm not.
Did
I'm
you
not
buy
offended.
Something and get fucked over?
Buddy, I'm not offended.
But did you?
No. Like, no. The fact is, no. I'll tell you the one thing. I'll tell you the one thing that did happen. I'll tell you the one thing that did happen.
Thank you. Something.
My mom, when I was in high school, got cancer. And when she got cancer, she was looking for a way to solve the problem. And a bunch of charlatans with no medical background started pitching to her hard. Okay? She wanted to take their advice. But thank God somebody talked her into doing the damn surgery and taking her thyroid out. Because of that, she's still alive today. If she had just listened to all these clickbait guys selling her charlatan magic pills, she'd be dead. So you want to sit here and talk to me about how I'm damaged? I'm not damaged. I'm pissed off for what you guys do to people. And I don't mean to lump everyone together. I'm saying a majority of this industry with no qualifications, no backgrounds, about success. They're experts in success and health.
Hey, I'm giving you a hug through the screen. I get where that comes from. That makes sense to me now. Like, if someone's coming at my mom's like that, that's my fucking mom's. I'd be the same shit. So I get it. I see where that comes from, and that's helpful to understand you. Like, that makes sense. So I appreciate that. And I'm not mad at that, right? But that's what I was saying earlier. Was like, look, that was your situation. I'm sorry it happened to you, right? That's horrible. But at the same time, we can't just cast a net and kill all hope for everybody because of the situation, which is easy to do.
Let me say, and this is important. That is not what launched me on this whole
I don't think it is, but you don't do self-help. I have a feeling, as you just yelled at me and saying that did not affect you, that probably impacted you, man.
No, look, I'm saying it gets me mad. That gets me mad when I think about it, but I don't often think about it. Because of the fact it turned out well. What I'm saying is...
Hey, hold on. You should go get scammed by Tony Robbins. He's the best scammer right now. I love him. He's great. Because he's scammed
I'm taking his KBB course right now. It's just
Thank you. I love it.
It's a beautiful rehash of Russell Brunson, actually, I'm finding.
God damn it.
It's a rehash of expert secrets, and you know it is. He made $41 million on a rehash of Russell Brunson.
Damn it. I thought you were doing it to actually better yourself, man. You were looking at, come on, bro. Like, I honestly feel like real shit. If you hung out with me for a month, you'd be a different person. Not saying I'm so great, because I'm not. I got all kinds of flaws and shit. But I'm letting you know, man. I just want to expose you. I want to introduce you to some of these people that you probably classifying. Probably not people you've done your videos on or whatever. But I just want to someone who you may traditionally at a glance classify as one thing. I want to introduce you to them. So if you ever want to come to San Diego, I would love to have you. You can stay not at my place, hotel. I got to trust you a little bit more. But I'll get you fucking something real nice. We can come hang out and just introduce you to people, man. Show you behind the scenes, like, because again, my whole thing is I like the fact you call out bullshit because it needs to happen, but not at the expense of killing everyone's hopes and dreams and getting everybody to just sit in their box and not take any risks because they're afraid that they're going to get scammed.
I don't tell people to sit in their box. Go do what you want. But be educated about it.
Come hang out with me in San Diego.
Listen, be informed about the decisions you're making.
Where do you live?
Listen, I dropped.
Where do you live?
What's the deal with you? Want to come fly out here?
No, I'm not going to
I'm in
pop
Texas.
up on you or anything like that. Come out, man, in San Diego.
Everything's bigger in Texas, baby.
Hey,
and Texas,
Texas, there's
not as many COVID guidelines either. Y'all are
This is true. You do have a better place.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'll hang out with you.
But-
I'll bring you under my wing because I feel like if I can get to you, you can continue on your YouTube journey. I can see what fucking like 10 million followers being a big impact. Just make sure you're doing it for good, bro. Because I feel like you're this close. You just got to kill some of this other bullshit that's not true.
What are you talking about? Why? This is like a weird, like, oh, you're almost
It's a come
there.
to Jesus
You're
moment. This is a
almost
come to
there.
Jesus moment. This is a come to Jesus moment. Yes.
Billy, you hang out with a
Come to
bunch of
Jesus.
charlatans. How about that
You
for a
don't
come
know
to
who
Jesus?
I hang out with. You don't know who I hang out with.
What? I'm listening to those Dan Locke episodes where you're like, Dan, it's so great to meet you. I love what you're doing with the ads. You make such great ads, Dan. Bro, that guy, he's on the record like 5 years ago saying,
Hold on. Look,
yeah,
I'm not going to be a part of talking bad about somebody else. We can talk about me all day. I'll take those
I'm
shots.
just telling you
Fine.
who you're
You know what I'm
hanging out
saying?
with. I mean, I'm just telling you who you're hanging out with.
I know who I am because I meet, like, I digress, right?
Okay.
Let's keep it me and you. That's fine. You can have your opinions and other people. Cool. I just challenge you to fucking do work on both sides. If you bring someone bad on, bring someone good on. If you bring someone for them, bring them against them. Let people make the decision.
I do that, Billy. You just don't watch the show.
Bruh, I'm telling you, from what I have seen and what my team briefly,
You told me you watched like 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Bruh, let me tell you. Okay, I asked you earlier, though. I said, did you bring on the good side, too? And you didn't. I asked you that, so.
No, I mean, I don't think there's that good of a side to paying $2,000 for a course.
Steven, it depends on what it is and what someone's situation is, right? It's not like a black and white thing. But, dude,
Billy, you running?
It's been fun. I think I'm running. I'm running. I had fun with you. You know, you're
Guys,
great
thanks
sport.
for watching today.
I appreciate you.
Thank you to everyone in the chat.
If you want to come to San Diego,
y'all are
you're
gonna have
more
to
than welcome
decide
come.
who won. I want to
Bro,
know
Let me tell you.
who lost. Hey,
I don't know if it was about winning or losing, even though I destroyed you.
Okay.
I don't think it was about winning or losing. Anyways, I appreciate you, honestly. No hate. Please, just make nice things, man. Make fucking nice things, all right?
all right, dude. I'll never say anything that's not just about how great Dan Locke is.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that either. So
Promise, Billy. Great talking to you. Thank you for watching.
appreciate you.
I'll see you
I appreciate
next
you.
time.
Later, homie. You can come to San Diego.
What up, boys? Gonna beat you out of the punch. I'm gonna expose myself before any of you guys get the chance. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I'm doing this video because I've noticed all the extreme growth on the channel, and that's amazing, and I really appreciate it. But honestly, I wanna make sure that we catch all the new subscribers up to speed with everything, because I don't want myself getting a reputation that I can't live up to. And I want to be clear about what I do and what I think of myself and what I don't think of myself real quick. So there are a lot of like memes in this community, like the Coffeezilla army, that people call me Sifu, whatever. And I think for new subscribers, you might think that that's not ironic. So the first thing I want to address and just kind of put in check real quick is, this thing about the Coffeezilla army. I kind of joke about that sometimes, and you'll see it in the comments. That's a joke. Don't think that you're part of an army and you need to go fight people and go harass them. Don't do that. I never encourage that. Please just keep it on this channel. I just want to encourage skepticism and just make sure you guys don't end up getting scammed, right? The other thing is people call... This is a personal favorite of mine. People call me Sifu because that's a little nickname that Dan Locke made his followers call him, so I called myself Sifu. But it's a joke. Guys, please don't unironically call me Sifu. I don't mind when you guys call me that, but sometimes I see a comment and I think to myself, oh my gosh, I think that guy actually really looks up to me, and you shouldn't. I hate to say that, but I'm just a guy on the internet, trying to do my best to help educate people and maybe give you a laugh and a smile, during your day while we do it. And last thing I want to address real quick is that I will get things wrong, okay? If you've followed me since my coffee break days, you know that I am very capable of getting things wrong. But you should also know, if you've followed me since those days, that I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, guys. I try to be, anyways. And I'm making this video partially because I know I'm gonna mess up in the future. I'm sure of it, because what I do is inherently journalistic. And when you're doing journalism, you can get things wrong. The facts aren't always clear. You don't always have the full story. So I don't want to mess up in the future and you guys think, oh, Coffeezilla was supposed to be always right, but he's not really always right. Yeah, I know that, and so should you. You guys should realize that I will eventually get things wrong. You guys shouldn't just blindly believe me, because you'd be making the same mistake you're making with these gurus. You blindly believe the gurus, don't come to me and then blindly believe me. Sometimes I'm gonna be wrong, so be aware of that. I mean, as an example of when I've gotten things wrong in the past, because I definitely have, I don't know if you guys remember, because I quickly deleted the video after I realized I was wrong. I did a video about Idea Pros, right? And I had this lawyer on, and he talked about why Idea Pros was a scam. Well, right after I posted that video, the CEO of Idea Pros reached out to me, and he very respectfully said, you know, hey, would you like to sit down with me, talk with me? I think you got me all wrong. You know, I love what you're doing, but I think you got me all wrong. I ended up talking to him, and he gave me enough reasons to doubt the story that I had been told and I had sold on my channel to where I had to delete the video. I had to say, you know what? I can't have this out on the channel. So that's gonna happen, guys. And you have to understand that. That's why I say any guru can come on the show. It's not just because I like the debates and they're entertaining, which they definitely are. It's because of the fact when you give people a platform to defend themselves, sometimes they will, and sometimes they'll be right and you'll be wrong. And it's up to me not to dig in and say, no, I'm right. It's up to me to say I'm wrong. And you know, I can only do that if you guys have a human perspective of me. Don't put me on some pedestal. Don't believe that I'm some like savior of the fake guru space. I'm just a guy telling you that there are a lot of scams out there.
Hey, Future Steven here. I just wanted to add, I know that most of you don't see me this way. Most of you see me as I truly am, some idiot on the internet giving his opinion. But I've seen like a 5%, maybe even if it's 1% of you who do think of me a little bigger than I am, right? And that's who I'm making this video for. I'm not so arrogant to think a lot of you have me on this pedestal. I'm aware that most of y'all know I'm exactly where I am, right? Like I'm exactly as dumb as I appear, but this is for a small crowd of maybe new subscribers who really haven't been here long enough to kind of know the full situation.
So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm loving all the positivity on the channel. Let's keep that going.
And don't forget to smash like.
CryptoZoo.co. I am so excited about this project. It's so fun. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
A fun game that earns you money. How much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZoo.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around $15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000. $500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in CryptoZoo.
Shut up! No, you haven't.
Yeah, 500K.
Oh no. Today we're investigating Logan Paul's CryptoZoo, a blockchain game that made millions but never worked. Some of you guys think you know the story, but it goes so much deeper. I've uncovered sociopaths, billionaires, fake orphans. Did I mention fake orphans? And of course, at the center of it, we have Logan Paul himself, who has abandoned this thing, leaving thousands of fake orphans in his wake. Wait a second. Thousands of victims in his wake. Now, you'll be hearing from some of those people because their stories are heartbreaking. This is the first in a 3-part series that's been a year in the making. And if you like high-effort investigations like this one, please consider supporting this channel on Patreon. I don't take sponsors. We are viewer-supported. So if you want to and are able to, thank you. Either way, enjoy the video.
For the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project. We have a massive team behind it and are probably out of pocket like $1 million. Just because we believe it's going to work. September 1st, CryptoZoo.co.
We don't scam. I've never scammed anyone before. Logan cares extremely deeply about his audience, loves his brand, doesn't have to scam to make money.
Welcome to part 1, the $1 million mystery that began this whole story. Like many people, I first heard about CryptoZoo from a podcast Logan runs called Impulsive, which was the experience of a lot of people that I spoke to.
So I first heard about it on the Logan Paul podcast.
Impulsive, I think. It was off one of the Impulsive episodes.
The thing that I'm most excited for, and this is the first time I've ever said anything about this, for the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project. I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take.
Now look, at first, I was just as surprised at this pitch as anyone else because I just got finished roasting Logan for a different coin called Dink Doink, which his fans lost money on.
I'm a Dink Doink fan. Dumbest I've ever seen, and that's why I'm all in.
It's comedic, it's fun, it's comedy.
Now look, I know Logan and his friends tried to make it look like Dink Doink was all about the memes. But it turns out they secretly were tied to the project, and Logan created the Dinkdoink character himself and subsequently abandoned that project. So if you invested in it, you got blasted, and Logan rightfully took a lot of heat for Dinkdoink, which is why I was surprised when he seemingly immediately jumped into another crypto project. But Logan insisted CryptoZoo, it was different. It wasn't his friend's project this time, it was his. And it wasn't even a project at all. It was a game that could earn you money.
I'm excited to launch my game.
You keep using and you just did it again. You keep using a word there. Game. You're not using like a project. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
Now you might be wondering, how's it possible to earn money from a game? Well, let me try to break it down for you. This is how it was supposed to work. You started by buying this crypto token called Zoo, which is their in-game currency, and you use Zoo coins to then buy egg NFTs, which you can then hatch to become animals. You then can breed those two animals to become hybrid animals. For example, if you breed a gorilla and a kitten, you get a Gore Kitty. And the more rare the NFT, the higher the daily yield of Zoo tokens that animal earns you every day. Theoretically, it works like almost like passive income. You can then burn your animal NFTs to release the Zoo they earned back to you, and from there you can invest it into eggs or just cash out. Now, some of you of the Egyptian persuasion might notice some triangular qualities to this game description. But let's not be too quick to judge, because remember, there are a lot of NFT games built on this model. It's called play to earn. Now, Logan admits that there are other games like his, but what's going to really make his stand out is that other games have randomly generated assets. His game has handmade art.
It's quick to make a digital asset with, unique randomly generated characteristics. We handmade art for the past 6 months, bro. Approval, very specific notes, 10 different artists making art for our project.
Now, I'll admit, this all sounds very enticing. Handmade art, a fun game that can earn you money, and one of the biggest influencers in the world backing it. You might think, how can I lose? Which is why when people were told all you had to do to play was buy an egg, people spent millions. Just on the first launch between ETH and Zoo, people bought $2.5 million worth of eggs in the first day. And did I mention the game hadn't even been launched yet? All people were buying was the marketing and the promises. And it wasn't just the NFTs they bought either. The Zoo token also skyrocketed in value, reaching a $2 billion market cap pre-game launch, right? The trading volume was in the tens of millions of dollars per day, which kind of is like Fortnite not coming out, but people trading tens of millions of dollars in V-Bucks every day. That's what this was like. And I know it sounds stupid to buy an influencer project, but you have to understand, people saw Logan as different.
It was Logan Paul at the end of the day. An internet personality that I actually trusted, that I actually kind of believed in.
Obviously, when someone so influential releases something, everyone wants to be a part of it.
I sort of believed in this false fallacy that everyone else started believing, that Logan Paul's a changed man.
I thought it was a safe place having a guy like that identified, like Logan Paul being the head of the project.
They had seen this story he had been telling everyone, that he was this reformed influencer, right? That he was no longer a reckless clout goblin just in it for the money. They thought this time it's different. Logan Paul couldn't possibly scam us, right? But as the game got closer to release, the CryptoZoo team started releasing the first ever photos of these animals. And come to find out, this handmade art story wasn't really true. It was actually Adobe stock photos mashed together. This was the sort of first red flag of this project. And I made a video about it at the time, but it was kind of surface level, and something didn't add up beneath the surface. Something where I just couldn't shut this case down in my head. It was actually part of the announcement video that something they said. See if you can spot it.
We have a massive team behind it and are probably out of pocket like $1 million just because we believe it's going to work.
On development.
Yeah.
That's the line that started this whole mystery. We spent $1 million on development. I couldn't get this out of my head. Is he lying? There's no way he expects people to believe he spent it on art. So wait, maybe he spent it on blockchain stuff, right? That's what I thought. But then I audited the smart contract, And it's not handmade at all. It's not even original. It's what's called a fork, a copy of, some other code that exists out there. One of them is called Floki Shib X, which launched before it. So where'd this $1 million go? I didn't understand. And Logan just kept repeating this claim.
We've put hundreds of thousands of dollars in it. Personally, the whole team, $1 million plus.
Now, at the time I'm looking into this, there's a teaser going around for Hatch Day, which is the day you can hatch your egg NFTs. And it kind of symbolized the true launch of CryptoZoo. So I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe this is where they spent all the money on their game. Even their community manager, Ben Roth, promised people, after Hatch Day, things will take a turn for the 180. So I put Ben Roth on the board too. I needed to know all the characters in CryptoZoo. And I waited. And finally, on November 3rd, 2021, Ben Roth turned out to be right. Things did take a turn on Hatch Day, only for the worse. Let's meet one of the victims, Helicopter Bob, to explain more.
My name is Rob. Helicopter Bob lost just under $7,000 with CryptoZoo.
And the first thing I asked Bob was about his animals, if he was making money with CryptoZoo, how much he made, and if the passive yield worked.
Oh, it never did from the beginning. It wasn't even written into the contract where it showed that you were actually yielding zoo, but there was nothing that was actually, backing that up. There was no way to claim your yield. There never was.
Wait. Play that again. Did you hear that?
There was no way to claim your yield. There never was.
Hold on. The core mechanic of CryptoZoo, that you can make money with these stupid animals, didn't even work on launch day. And still, to this day, a year later, still does not work, is what the investors are saying. Which, this is just crazy. People spent millions of dollars on these eggs. But it even gets worse because I kept talking to people and I discovered something. Because remember I told you could buy eggs with those zoo coins? Well, apparently they also made it so you could buy them with Ethereum. And on the day of selling, about half of these purchases took place with Ethereum. Only it turns out for the people who spent ETH, not only did the yield part of it not work, did the NFTs not pay you, you also couldn't even hatch them.
So I acquired a bunch of eggs, and I actually want to play the game. I didn't acquire the eggs with the intent of keeping them. I actually wanted to hatch them and see what I got out of them and play in this ecosystem that's been advertised or whatever, right? And then I can't do anything. It's not showing up on the website when I connect my wallet, etc., etc. So I'm a little baffled. I'm like, I must be doing something wrong. So I open up a support ticket. with CryptoZoo, and Ben Roth is actually the person answering my support ticket. Oh yeah, no, it's down for the moment, but we're working on it. Let me tell you, it's never been up.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture. There's nothing I could do with it.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
There's nothing I could do with it. You could ask any of those community guys. That's basically worth nothing whatsoever.
Wow. So on launch day, basically nothing worked, and a year later, that's still true. Now, after this was discovered, the price of Zoo fell 63% in just 24 hours. And at this point, Logan Paul basically goes silent on CryptoZoo. No more podcast mentions, no more saying he handmade art. CryptoZoo already got millions in investments, but Logan only speaks in the Discord twice over the next year to say, quote, sober, currently shaking my head, and yo. That was his contribution to this project. Meanwhile, his community manager, Ben Roth, was actively claiming that Logan was going to be marketing CryptoZoo any day now. He told people things like, Logan is an uncontrollable marketing guru. It's over when we launch. And when we have a product to market, it'll get marketed. And marketing will crush. I promise you. And this disconnect between Logan abandoning the project and his team on CryptoZoo saying that it was going to be any day now, left investors feeling like they were being led on.
All he had to do was go on and tell us, look, there's something going on with this project, I'm abandoning it, or whatever, before people got more and more trapped. And promising, yeah, this is going to be great. But when it came to actually doing anything, he just hid away from it.
Have some decency to come out, talk to the people that invested initially, that invested along the way on all of the fake and false promises, on all of the false hype, and be honest with people.
Because surely Logan Paul, who's got this multi-billion-dollar hydration company and a WWE star is got enough money. It doesn't need to rug us lot.
And it's because of these false promises about marketing that these poor investors believed in CryptoZoo so long. They sat and watched every Logan Paul episode trying to guess and decipher when this so-called marketing push would happen. And Logan and his team really fed into this with a lot of cryptic messages. Only a month after CryptoZoo's launch, actually, the hatch day, they started teasing this.
Not too much of this is out, but he's been working on a massive project.
And one of them will be the biggest thing I ever do. It's like my life and soul is put into this project, which is where most of my time these days goes.
Wow, surely this secret project that Logan put his soul into is CryptoZoo, right? You know, the project he launched a month ago? Well, his fans certainly thought so.
I'm like, holy cow, it makes so much sense. He's talking about CryptoZoo. Ben and the dudes are like putting smiley faces and egging the rest of the community. Like, this is it, guys. You know, this is what we've been working towards. I mean, this is it. This it's finally happening. Logan's gonna market the project, and they kept saying that Logan's gonna market the project, and it's gonna change everything.
So now imagine their surprise when another clip surfaces of Logan finally admitting this secret project isn't CryptoZoo at all. It's something else entirely.
I'll tell you about this project when we get closer to launch. This project of mine is going to be...
Is that the thing with the egg? Like the zoo?
No.
Okay,
this one's going to be, yeah. This will be crazy I've ever done.
Oh man, can you imagine if you're one of these investors and Logan Paul's going pitching this new secret project and you're thinking it's CryptoZoo and someone's like, oh, is it that thing with the eggs? And he's like, no, definitely not. That was the last project. This is the real project that I'm working on. Thankfully, people didn't just let this slide because as he went around making the rounds on his new project called 99 Originals, people were like, hey, didn't you just abandon your last one? And unsurprisingly, it's not his fault. It's the bad actors who ruined the project.
As I see people giving multiple explanations for why these haven't worked, and you know there's accusations out there. How does it make you feel when people are doing these takedown videos about your NFT projects previously?
It's sad because of what I just said. There's so much going on behind the scenes. Like, Doug, I'm not the bad guy here.
Yeah.
There's some actual out there.
Yeah.
And it's not me. Like, I'm here to build.
This is a space where a lot of people do see dollar signs. Like any burgeoning industry, if there's money to be made, there's going to be both good and bad people.
There's a lot of shady characters in the crypto space. I'm learning all of it. We had an issue with CryptoZoo where our lead developer took the code that he made, fled to Switzerland, and like held it hostage for $1 million. Like behind the scenes drama that took a stick and stuck it in the spokes of my wheels.
Oh, well, that wasn't expected. There's a shady developer who held up Logan's code hostage in Switzerland. That's why this hasn't worked the whole time. He held it hostage for $1 million. Well, let's add that to the board. I mean, isn't the mystery solved? Now, obviously, the first thing I wanted to do was hunt down this developer, who we'll be calling Z here, and find out the truth of what happened. Why did he steal Logan's code for $1 million? However, I finally got a hold of him, and when I did, he admitted he took the code hostage, but he says the reason for it was nothing like what Logan had said.
He literally never paid me anything at all, ever. I never was paid. And, we got to a point when I was working on it where I just realized they were just going to try to steal all of my work and not pay me. And so I took all the source code private, and I just kind of spent like a month just trying to negotiate and get something figured out where I would finally get paid. Because I'm on my end, I have a team of 30 engineers, so I'm earning $50,000 a week on building this thing. And the only thing they brought to the table were a bunch of Photoshop JPEGs.
So Z claims he wasn't blackmailing anyone. He had to hire a team to develop this whole thing, and he just wanted to be paid for the work they did. According to him, they negotiated a $1 million payday for this whole project. And from the second I heard that, I thought, oh, that's interesting, because Logan claims he spent $1 million on this whole thing. And this developer saying he's owed $1 million on this project. Now, I didn't want to just take one person's word for it, so I later confirmed with another developer who worked for something called the Blockchain Center that he also hadn't been paid.
We've been paid nothing. I would have loved to have Zoo, but I don't have any.
So that's multiple sources working on the CryptoZoo team project who were not paid. Now, obviously, these are big accusations, which is why I wanted to confront Logan Paul on them. But unfortunately, we're not exactly on speaking terms. So I wondered, how could I speak to Logan without speaking to Logan? And that's when I found out there was someone who might know just as much about this whole story.
And I will explain everything one day with my manager, who's like in charge now.
Logan Paul's manager, a guy named Jeff Levin. He might be just what we need to settle this whole thing. So I gave him a call.
Hello?
Hey, Jeff. Hey, sorry to bother you. This is Steven with Coffeezilla. I'm calling because I've heard reports that CryptoZoo hasn't paid their development team, and I'm just reaching out for comment before I do this story. I got your number from one of the development team, and they just wanted to, I just want to follow up on that.
I have no comment for it.
Okay, are you guys denying it, or are you saying it's not true?
Just no comment. I don't think that the information is true.
Okay, because they're saying $1 million hasn't been paid in development for CryptoZoo, and Logan Paul said publicly that it has been paid. So, I mean, it's a pretty serious accusation, and obviously, I don't want to just run a story if you guys have a whole side to your story here.
Your job as someone that is reporting news is to actually verify correct news.
Right, that's why I'm calling you.
I know, and that's legal grounds for that stuff. So I'm just telling you, legally, you have to report correct news with verifiable information.
Right, that's why I'm calling you. They've given me a lot of things. A lot of evidence.
Okay, well, okay. You can have the evidence you want, but I'm just letting you know, if you report anything on us, I appreciate your business. I appreciate you as a person. And I'm just telling you, from a legal standpoint, as we've been advised always, is if anybody reports fake news, that's where we won't,
Yeah, this call was a mess. Jeff, Logan's manager, seems to be implying that I'm not allowed to repeat allegations his own development team made, even though Logan can go on podcasts and publicly accuse those developers of stealing his code. Not only that, he's the one who refuses to provide any evidence, but seems to sort of be implying that maybe we'll sue you if you tell this to anyone, which he then denies doing when I ask him if that's what he's doing.
Told you I have no comment to it. Telling you once again, from a legal standpoint, you have to report truth. If you do not verify truths, then you're just allegations, and those then will be handled the way that we want to handle them.
Wait, so you're saying you refuse to give me proof that the allegations aren't true, but if I report on the allegations, you guys might sue?
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
All right, I'm trying to read between the lines.
Don't read between the lines.
Okay.
Listen to the exact words that I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen to the exact words I'm saying.
I'm listening.
I have no comment on the situation.
Okay.
Your job legally is to report facts. If you don't report facts on the information you're given, it is illegal.
Yes, that was a real conversation with a real person. Now, I'm no lawyer, but I don't think it's a crime to say that multiple developers say they haven't been paid, and Logan's team refuses to provide any evidence or statements or wire transfers that they have. Which, by the way, seems incredibly ironic, given just how much Logan whines about not being paid by Floyd Mayweather.
Where's my money, bitch? Floyd never paid me for our fight. Who am I, the IRS?
Nope, but you might be the CryptoZoo dev team. Now, in all seriousness, I do want to acknowledge something which actually kind of looks bad a bit on the developers, because it turns out very few written contracts were actually done. So much of this were verbal deals like, oh, we'll take care of you. We'll give you $350K. We'll give you $1 million. We'll give you whatever. But then when it was time to actually sign the deals, there's just always delays.
What kind of promises were made to you? Verbal promises, basically. So verbal promises, and then we followed up with a physical paper agreement. But that's when communication broke down.
This is where I think the dev guys screwed up and led to this whole situation of okay, we're just going to take the code private until you pay us for our work. And to be clear, I'm not justifying not paying someone for what they did. I'm just playing devil's advocate and saying, This could have all been avoided by just getting every detail in writing, and I think it's just a good general lesson. But if you're thinking that that's the $1 million mystery solved, well, no, because this still doesn't make sense. Why not just pay the dev team what you publicly said you kind of already paid them? Why not pay for a game that now isn't launched and now investors are so angry about? Why not pay when you already made millions from minting the eggs on this game? Well, this is where things get even stranger, because right when I was ready to pin everything on Logan, and believe me, he is at fault, I was speaking to the Z developer, and I heard a name that I hadn't heard before.
I basically came in with Eddie, and Eddie promised me 5% of the tokens and $1 million. He literally never paid me.
Wait a second. Who's Eddie? I thought that all of this was Logan Paul. I only put it together when the Blockchain Center guys also said a similar thing about their deal. They said they were promised $350K, and it was Ibanez. They say they had no communications with Logan. But we know they weren't talking about different people. They both dealt with the same guy. So the guy's name, I put it together, must be Eddie Ibanez. Turns out he was managing the developers. What's this random guy doing in Logan Paul's project? And who is he? Who is Eddie Ibanez?
Yes, hi, my name's Eddie Ibanez, lead developer here at CryptoZoo.
This reporter says Eddie's entire story is fake.
Wait, what?
To continuously lie, lead people on, hype people up, to put more money in, all the while in the background, things are going down, things are hitting the fan, and you left us holding the bag.
Logan, you stole 40 million in tokens from me. You are a scam artist. You are a liar, and you betrayed your own community. You aren't that guy. Logan replies, "Oh, trust me, bro. I am that guy."
Look, I'm so worried about you right now. The savings rate this month hit a low of 2.7%. This is an unbelievable and ridiculous warning sign that I told you about last week.
The person that has $236.
Invest it all in yourself. You're already broke. Don't hold on to $236. Our parents, they taught us to save money. You know?
Yeah,
This is
100%.
stupid.
I want to bank cash, man. I need money. I need emergency funds.
A safety net is one of the first goals any investor should establish in fund. We recommend that everyone should save regularly towards some kind of safety net.
It just doesn't make any sense. Save your money. Prepare for a rainy day. It fucking don't rain here.
I need to treat money like it's sacred. The savings rate in this country was over 6.5% for 30 years. Now it's collapsed again. What are you doing?
I'll never forget, these guys paid $12,000 each to sit in that chair. 3 days I got to look at their ugly faces.
Look, man, you're spending money on junk when you don't need it. Look at my little things, man. I know guys walking around with $500 and $600 headphones, and I got my little freebies that came with my phone. Why? What's the difference?
So this is a 13-passenger Gulfstream. It retails for about $61 million.
Truth is, most people don't like money. I know they don't like money. You know how I know they don't like money? Because as soon as you get some, you get rid of it. You buy shit with it.
I mean, it's crazy. When you start putting stuff on a jet, it's bizarre. Like this door was not in here. This door right here, believe it or not, cost $850,000 to put in.
America is back to the savings rate that it was at back when we had this problem in 2008. When people were buying Porsches and cars and country clubs. Dude, it was out of hand.
10 years ago, all they used in these planes was really dark, heavy wood. Probably cost $1 million to replace the wood.
You know, my father told me when I was 6 years old, he said, watch the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves.
Okay, help me out here. A penny saved is? A penny is a penny. Okay, your mama got real complicated here. A penny is a penny, and if you spend time with them, you'll end up with nothing.
When you watch pennies and nickels and dimes and quarters, when you watch that, you're going to pay attention to the bigger flows. People that are not disciplined with money don't end up with money. People that waste money on dumb things don't end up with money. There's something universal about money. Waste it, somebody else gets it.
So if you're down to your last $1,000, this offer today is $9.97, grantcardone.com/shark. Okay?
Yeah.
You're down, a guy's sitting there right now,
watching this thing, I got my last grand, dude, and I got Christmas coming. Should you spend it on this? Absolutely. I would tell you the same thing.
Squid Game crypto just crashed, and I want to talk about it. $3 million scam, not the biggest rug pull of the year, but maybe my favorite for reasons we'll get into in a second. Bring down the board here, because it inspired some of the most memorable reactions that I've seen all year, frankly. This is one of the top crypto reactions I've seen. Let's watch live as this guy right here realizes that Squid Game has rugged and taken all the money. Let's watch.
So the market cap is $2.168 trillion. And now the market, it went to zero.
Yo! Realizing in real time the dangers of crypto, dude. $2.142 trillion to $0 real quick. It can really happen that fast. That's the life of a crypto trader for you right there, guys. The rug happening in real time. Now, to be fair, this guy took it in good sport. You know, he rolled with the punches here.
And damn! There we go. Squid Games. Sayonara, motherfucker. Oh, good Lord. Holy sh**. You seen it live, baby. You seen it live. A goddamn rug pool, baby. Shee! A live rugging.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, people are just used to it. They go, you saw it live, folks. Yeah, at this point, hey, listen, the crypto community, they're not even fazed by it. But I want to talk about this real quick because I think it's interesting. I think there's half of the community who see the people who invested in this coin and they go, hey, you deserved it. You know, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs, you get slaughtered. Like, that's what you get. I want to say, though, for me personally, I blame people like this, headlines like this from the mainstream media talking about Squid Game cryptocurrency and just blindly promoting it, saying it's up nearly 2,400% in the last 24 hours and driving it to the moon. That's who I think's actually at fault. Here's another such headline. Squid Game crypto is up more than 86,000% in a week. And they were basically just pushing these headlines nonstop about how great this coin is. And yes, I'll admit, they said that it was, you know, people couldn't withdraw their money. But all the way down here, look at this. Before jumping in on this meme crypto, though, know that CoinMarketCap has issued a warning that multiple users have not been able to sell the token. So it's not like they don't say it, right? They say it, but after basically getting the clickbait headline of how much money people are making on this crypto coin. And they compare it to things like Shiba Inu. It put Shiba Inu's rapid rise this week to shame with an 86,000%, gain. But that doesn't matter because nobody was able to withdraw their funds. So while I think many people were like quick to rush and say, if you got in this coin, you deserve it, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's headlines like this that make me think we kind of push this to people. Even the BBC, of all people, also promoted this thing. Squid Game cryptocurrency soars 2,300% in the first few days. Now, I think they later changed this headline, Squid Game cryptocurrency rockets in first few days of trading, but it was a similar story. They first talk about how much it has exploded, and then underneath the lead, they say, oh, it hasn't let people resell their tokens. And to me, that's the problem with headlines like these. It's like it buries the fact that this is definitely a scam, and people who are just, browsing the article, not reading the whole thing, who are just maybe not looking too close, are going to just kind of jump in, not think too critically about it, and lose a bunch of funds. At the same time, though, I don't want to just absolve people who knew this token was a scam. You can see a bunch of posts on r/cryptocurrency of people who knew that this was a scam. Like, this guy literally said he knew it was a scam, but he was intrigued and invested anyway. Okay, obviously, I have no sympathy for those people, but I do think it's weird that we promote cryptos based on how much they gain. Not mentioning the fact that most of them that gain like the most per day or whatever in the last 24 hours, a lot of those are scam coins. There's a reason that these pump and dump, baby. A lot of it is just like all hype and marketing, etc. And yes, if you do like some research, you find this stuff out. But a lot of people, a lot of the cryptocurrency investors that are coming in now aren't sophisticated. They aren't going to do that research. That's the problem. Cryptocurrency is going mainstream right now, And we're expecting everyone to do the same amount of research and, look in every coin, when the reality is we know that's not true. We know that most people aren't going to look too close into it. So I think it's up to not only the cryptocurrency community, but also the journalists covering it to tell people when something is such an obvious scam. I mean, the page now no longer works, of course, because they rugged, but even the actual white paper was an absolute embarrassment. There are basic grammatical errors even in the text. Like, look at this. Compared to the 38.5 million bonus for the last winner, We Crypto Squid Game will not limit the maximum of the final bonus as well. Like, this reads like some kind of translated nonsense. We should have known in the media that, hey, this is a scam, don't invest. Instead, to get that headline, you got to get that, rocket ahead, soaring to the moon headline that gets the clicks, and it drives people into these kind of obvious scams. Ultimately, I think, people like BBC News obviously need to realize that if you're going to talk about cryptocurrency, you need to be able to know what's actually going on and not just kind of talk about how much, the coin is going up. Like, look at what the author writes here when talking about, people not being able to sell. They say, it is unclear why this is happening, people not selling, but the company says it is using an innovative anti-dumping technology that limits people from selling their coins if there are not enough coins being bought in the market. The company has not immediately responded to the BBC's request for clarification. So you read that and you think to yourself, oh, I mean, maybe it's an innovative anti-dumping technology, except no, it's just a scam. It's just jargon to make your scam last a little bit longer, and people are falling for it. And the BBC is not just calling it out for what it is, which is like, nah, this is a fraud. You shouldn't invest. Instead, they just push this stuff, and then a few days later, of course, they're going to update it with another article about how it was a scam. Here it is right here, ladies and gentlemen. Collapses in apparent scam. Ridiculous, man. So yeah, I don't know what to say here. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to absolve the people who dumped their money into a coin and they knew it was an outright fraud. Like, if you're going to play that game, you can't be mad when you lose your money. You knew it was a scam going in. You're trying to make money off other people. You're going to get scammed too. But for the journalists who are covering this, we've got to do better. I mean, because there are people coming into crypto. You can't expect each one of them to be, savvy with this stuff. They're just learning about it for the first time. And we should be better than this, than to just lead people into these tokens by talking about how much they're growing. Oh, look at the market cap, dude, look at the market cap. Ultimately, it's obvious that the market cap means nothing if a $2 trillion coin in market cap can get wiped out overnight with $3 million. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, I actually tracked down the amount of money these guys made, and it was only $3 million. What was supporting this whole token, this $2 trillion market cap, whatever, was ultimately $3 million. And it was stolen by the people who ran the company, or ran the token, excuse me. And they were anonymous, of course. They had a bunch of fake identities on there that no one could look up. Nobody could find these fake profiles like Devin Smith and stuff like this. But yeah, ultimately, you're never going to find these guys, unfortunately. They got BBC coverage for free. They got on CNBC. Everybody covered them without really calling them what they were, which is an outright scam, and the investors lived to pay the price. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting to point out to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you. And yeah, we're just getting back to some good old-fashioned simple videos, baby. I know we've been doing some big investigations with some ordinary gamers. I'm going to take a little break, cover some basic news, have some fun with the channel.